Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues,
entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Ghana Talks Radio. Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Good morning to you, lovely listeners of Ghana Talks Radio. You are welcome again to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is the news review and the first segment of the morning show, and we bring you all the relevant stories making waves in the news, from business to politics, from sports to entertainment. We got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. My name is Ruth Esenam Fiagbadu. Remember that you are streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, and also on X at Ghana Talks Radio. Do also log on, send in your comments. Let's get interactive right here on the morning show. Joining me this morning in the studios is Miss Regina Bless and Miss Debbie Adoso, who will be sharing their perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning. Good morning to you, ladies, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Good morning.
How are you, Miss Regina?
I'm good, your side.
I'm fine. Miss Debbie?
The grace is sufficient.
Right. How was the holiday yesterday?
Did you celebrate any holiday? I want to know.
Maybe after work, you decided to pass somewhere and But yesterday, all of a sudden, my Muslim friends vanished. I couldn't even see anybody's status yesterday to know if indeed there was meat or not. But all the same, yesterday, whilst the Muslims were celebrating their Salah, Ghana received the first batch of evacuees also yesterday. We saw some of them very emotional, and we also saw that the government compensated these people. Miss Regina,
yeah,
did you see the video of the evacuees when they were coming down? It was so emotional. Some people were crying.
Yeah. And I saw a video of one woman. She said she has been there for 10 years. I think she said from 2013. I was like, hey, you stayed in South Africa for this long. I'm not trying to rubbish or tarnish South Africans, their country. But these people are known for assaults, chaos, violence. So it's just like you staying in Boko. You don't know when, exactly, you don't know when you die, but you are staying there. All the same, congratulations to them, because this is like an achievement. And I'm a boy, yes, because, hey, Charlie, thank God that they are here safely. We pray that the other remaining would come and join us safely.
Yeah. I think the governments have done very well. And yesterday I saw a video of the man. They handed over, is it Ghana Must Go?
Yeah, Nadmo.
Yeah.
They really did well.
Oh, that was so nice. And they added money to it.
They are yet to receive government package also.
Oh, nice. Miss Debbie.
I think the only thing I'll have to say right now is we are glad they are back. And this has to do with they starting from scratch again. Because most of them have built their life over there. They didn't come with any property or nothing. They came with their bag, only their bag and their clothes. So I think the best thing so far is we are glad they are here safe and sound, in as much as they've been inflicted with pain emotionally and physically being tortured. But we are glad they are in.
Is the compensation enough?
It's enough.
I heard the man saying
They are not
5,000.
even supposed to compensate you.
Oh, are you sure?
Oh, yes.
After you've built your whole life
Who
there.
I know.
represent you?
Oh,
The
they are
government didn't
somehow.
send you there. You went there.
No one sent you. So if they deport you now, they should compensate you. This is out of the goodwill of the government, and they are trying to help you. They are trying to make you feel as if you are you've not left. You can't say you are not left behind, and I say you've wasted all your years. So this one there. It's just like you dictating for your helper, do this for me. No, your helper is doing it willingly.
And according to reports, it also says that about 80% of them had fake documents. But the government is still investigating into the issue. From what I heard from the interview with TV3, they are saying that it's like the South African government want to tweak the whole issue to make it look as if these people came into the country illegally.
Yeah.
Just to sack them. And there's this lady trending, Jacinta, with her crutches. You won't sit somewhere.
God.
You are saying that we are overreacting. Now you tell us how to react
I
over
don't know if you
issues.
saw a video of one hairdresser. She was brutally
Yeah, she was.
assaulted.
Oh, she was beaten.
Hey!
Oh, with bruises
And
all
I
over her
asked,
body.
but these people said they didn't touch anyone. So how come this woman is bruised like this?
We even saw videos of some of their people beating Ghanaians.
I'm very happy that
Oh,
they've
yeah.
taken this decision.
Yeah. I'm so happy that the government has evacuated them, and evacuation is still ongoing. But let's wait and see what the rest of the African countries who are also affected by this menace will also do. I learned Nigeria has taken the issue to court, and they've also started beating people in their country. So,
And they've revoked licenses of some of South Africa's companies. In
so do unto others what you want others to do unto you. So if you don't want it to be done to you, make sure that you also do not do it to somebody. But the only country I'm scared about is Nigeria, because for them, when they take issues into their own hands,
They'll be violent.
it's on a different level. We are just hoping that it doesn't get to that point. But anyways, congratulations to the government. I think they've done well to bring our people back to us. Right, let's get into the issues. Crime is everywhere. Dafia Mekbo slams OSP's Accra-centered operations. Majority Chief Whip Roxanne Nelson Dafia Mekbo has criticized the Office of the Special Prosecutor, saying its operations are too concentrated in Accra and not spread across the country. He argues that corruption and crime are not limited to the capital, and therefore the first fight against corruption must extend to all regions and districts. Speaking on the issue, the South Denyi MP said the OSP should establish regional and district offices to improve its effectiveness. According to him, limiting operations to Accra and Tema reduces the impact of the institution in tackling corruption nationwide. Mr. Dafia Mekbo said he agrees with President John Dramani Mahama that the OSP should be given more time to improve, but insisted that performance and expansion remain critical. He added that Auditor General reports show corruption is widespread in district assemblies and public institutions across the country. He warned that without a stronger presence in the regions, misconduct such as mismanagement of public funds could continue unchecked. The MP stressed that if district assemblies knew the OSP had a presence closer to them, it could serve as a deterrent to corruption. However, he also cautioned that patience alone is not enough if the institution fails to expand and deliver results. So, I think some few months back, we saw Majority Leader and the Majority Chief Whip introducing a private bill to dissolve the OSP's office. But today we are seeing that after President John Dramani Mahama intervened and said that we should give them some more time to, let's see what they can also do. We shouldn't just abolish the office. Mr. Dafia Mekbo came and is giving brilliant suggestion. And Ms. Debbie, don't you think it's a brilliant suggestion? Because looking at the Auditor General's reports and what the Public Accounts Committee is also unveiling, that should tell you that corruption is not happening only up there, but even in the regions and the small districts, even municipal assembly, corruption is ongoing there. And the OSP is centered at just one place. And you want it to be effective? Mr. Nelson said, no, you have to expand your wings.
Yeah, so you can't fight corruption with your focus being sentenced only in Accra. And he said from Accra to Tema to Accra. You cannot only focus on that, because corruption has to do with you extending your branches to other districts, other municipal assemblies. So it means that we need to have, just like the way we have police stations in all districts, we also need to have office that represents the OSP with people being employed into that offices to ensure that corruption is being stopped. And I feel like what he's saying is true. Like, I totally agreed with him. But as it stands now, there is issue that is governing the OSP's office. And we don't know how best this issue can be solved. I don't even know whether we've gotten to the tail end of this issue, because the case is still at court. And then they are, looking into it. So with this, it's good, but I feel like the OSP's issue should first be solved before we can think of other things. I'm not saying that creating the branches is bad. It's not bad. But if at the end of the day, the infos are being gathered and it gets to the office, because trust me, if these branches are being created, whatever you've gathered, you need to send it to their headquarters. And who is heading the headquarters in Accra here is Kisie Jabin. He is heading the Office of the Special Prosecutor's Office here in Accra. So if all those investigations are being done, your facts are being gathered, and then you bring it here, and at the end of the day, he still doesn't have the upper hand over whatever you are bringing in, I feel like it's a total waste of time. Or in a way, it's like you working in vain, because you might put in so much energy, but how fast that needs to be the attention that needs to be given to such work, to hasten it, it will not, like, we are not going to see that. And that is because, see, corruption is such in a way that if somebody is being caught in the act, we need to fast track things, so that if the person will be jailed, the person is jailed. If the person will not be jailed, and then at the end of the day, the person will not be will not be feel guilty. No, if the person
will not be found guilty.
Yes, will not be found guilty at the end of the day. Then we discharge the person to go. But if we don't fast track this, it makes it some way. It looks as if we are not even fighting corruption, because if we don't do that, we are creating more rooms or safe havens for these people to loot. Because they know definitely if that issue gets on board, we are not going to put in much effort to get to the tail end of that issue. We'll be beating around the bush. So if we solve challenges pertaining the head, then we can talk of these young ones. And I will be sincere to myself and say that what is going on is not something that is pleasant to the ear. Because if you listen to this district, this municipality, the monies that they are being embezzled, common fund that is supposed to be used for developmental projects in the district and the municipalities are being embezzled by these same people who are supposed to oversee that these monies are being used for intended purposes, are not doing what they are supposed to do. So when it happens like that, it's kind of, it's a whole lot, and then it makes the work so difficult. So for me, for us to deal with corruption, we need to tackle challenges with the OSP first before we can think of other things as well. We can create the branches, but if they are done, what's next? Because it means that the OSP would still need to pack all those infos that has been gathered and then placed on his table. He needs to pack all of them to the Attorney General. And we know that the Attorney General is not an independent body. So then what are we fighting? Are we fighting corruption, or we are rather calling on corruption?
All right. Regina, my dear.
It's not my idea. Okay, so I would say the points raised by Dafiamepo is a very strong and solid point.
Yeah, very.
On the first hand, I would say his arguments make sense because crime doesn't really happen in Accra and Tema. And looking at corruption and financial misconduct, it's cut across this local district, municipals, and all have you institutions that we have. And even looking at the Public Accounts Committee, it really proves that financial misconduct and corruption is everywhere. But on the other hand, I would say it's very expensive to create or to expand the OSP because it involves finances, it involves you employing more staffs, logistics, and what have you. And also, it would be very difficult because as it stands now, we've not seen tangible and valid results from the OSP, from his office, from his quarters. All we hear is investigations ongoing, but for 8 years, almost getting to a decade, no results, no arrests, nothing. So why then should they waste taxpayers' money to expand the OSP? So it's in twofold. The positive is good to help fight corruption. The negative, it's bad because we've not seen any valid results. It's just like some parents at the end of the day will feel like their kids are wasting their school fees if they come home with poor results each and every time. Some people might even want to withdraw their kids out of school. That is how it looks like, and that is how it seems like. So I feel like the OSP should
Expand.
No, he should give us the benefit of the doubt, make sure that he proves us wrong, give us tangible results, arrest like enye they be investigations, enye they be transparency, but give us tangible result. Oh, at the end of the day, due to this investigation, we've arrested this person has been jailed for 20 years. This person would have to make a refund of any money taken from the state coffers. For that we know. So it wouldn't be difficult for the OSP to be expanded across all regions. So it's in two folds. They need to tackle all.
But do you think that the government is doing enough to fight corruption? From the AG's office, security services, and the other bodies who are responsible to, grab the people. Do you think they are doing enough? Because, in my opinion, I feel like we are lagging when it comes to court cases. I understand some court cases can take years, but
it's too much.
It's discouraging.
I've seen a case of a young, let me use either a young man or a young woman who was battling, I think is it a murder case? And it took like 5, 6, 7 years. And at the end of the day, the verdict that was given did not even go in favor of this person. So as you are saying, we are lagging behind. And what can the government do? The government itself can't really do much because it has designated these institutions to take control. The IOCO, the Ghana Police Service, the National Security, the Attorney General, the OSP. These people are mandated to fight corruption. But the only thing the government is doing is financing these people. Now I am financing your education. It is up to you to go to school to learn and become a successful person. So if I'm doing my part of the deal, it is up to you to also do your part of the deal. Yes.
So the agencies should also do their part
of the deal. Yeah.
Moving on. 91% of Ghanaian youth don't know about the existence of National Youth Policy, and this is according to a survey. A new survey has revealed that a large majority of young people in Ghana are unaware of the existence of the National Youth Policy. The study found that about 91% of respondents had no knowledge of the policy, while only 8.8% said they were aware of it. The survey covered around 2,000 young people across all 16 regions of Ghana and was conducted using an online questionnaire. Executive Director of YPS Ghana, Mumuni Sulemana, said the findings show a serious gap between young people and policies designed to support them. He said many young people are ignorant of their rights and are not benefiting from programs meant to empower them simply because they do not know they exist. According to him, the situation is largely due to weak public education and poor sensitization about youth-focused policies. He is therefore calling on the National Youth Authority and the National Commission for Civic Education to intensify awareness campaigns across the country. He also urged government to release the 5% District Assembly's Common Fund allocation meant for the NYA to support youth development programs. During a leadership training program, some students leaders from schools such as Wa Senior High School and St. Francis Xavier Minor Seminary said it was their first time hearing about the policy. One student leader suggested that copies of the policy should be made available in schools so that students can better understand their rights and opportunities. The organizers of the study say beyond awareness, youth development should focus more on practical skills training, entrepreneurship, and leadership opportunities. Ms. Debbie, do you know the National Youth Policy? Do you know that it exists?
Well, I don't. I don't even know we have something like that though.
That means that an institution is not doing their job.
Yeah, that has to do with the
NCC.
no, NYA.
They mentioned NYA
National Youth Authority.
and the NCCE.
So they are supposed to educate us on that. Maybe there is something of the sort that it's mainly for the youth, and then maybe this is what the youth are supposed to benefit from that. Because I did a little research about that, and this particular national youth policy was launched by the former president to cover that covers from 2022 to 2032. So it means it started way back in 2022 and it will end in 2032. So the theme is benefit for youth, involve youth together for prosperous future. So it's the government 10-year framework for youth development. The policy shifts from decision making for youth to making them with youth. It's aligned with the UN 17 Sustainable Development Goals and responds to reality that youth make up about 36% of Ghana's population. So while the full document has 10 priority areas, the main goal is employment and entrepreneurship. So it is to tackle youth unemployment, which hit 32% for ages between 15 to 24 years as of June 2024. It includes reviewing and improving programs like the Youth Employment Agency, education and skills, align education with labor market needs, promote technical vocational training, entrepreneurship, education, and lifelong learning. So political participation and governance, it creates space for youth in decision making and policy design. The policy itself was developed with more youth involvement than previous ones, and also health, well-being, and mental health, like a lot. So it means this youth policy mainly is designed mainly to tackle youth unemployment. So in case maybe the government is partnering with a company or an industry that wants to employ more people, and they are focusing on youth, this is a platform where such information is being through this platform, such information is being relayed to the youth that this is what is ongoing, and then we are taking in people, and this same platform is used to educate people on hand-on skills jobs. So something like vocational training and technical skills. If you want to learn how to trade, entrepreneurship, they educate people on that. And I'm sure this is the same platform that the people who know this platform since 2022, I would say, have really benefited. Because this has reminded me of a colleague who said they were I mean, the government brought out some initiative where you are supposed to apply if you are an entrepreneur and then you want to learn new skills. You apply through that platform, and then the government partnered with other top business moguls from other countries. So they train you, and if you want them to employ you, after you are done, you will do something like 3 months attachment with any industry. It's not only on hand-on skills, maybe communication. You just want to learn something some more in communication or top up. They will fund that for you, and when you are done, you are going to attach with 3 companies of your choice. Or the companies they know, they will link you to that companies. When you are done and then you are fit enough, they go ahead to link you to companies who need people, who are employing people. So it makes it so easy. But she went in for baking and all that. And then if you want to establish something on your own, after you are done, they will give you a fund to start it. And then you keep on showing them a video of the progress you are making. And as you are doing that, within a space of 1 or 2 months, they will still fund you with another money to establish your own business. So I will say that for this particular platform, people who know this platform since 2022 have benefited a lot. But for me, even though my colleague told me that, but my mind it never occurred to me that something like this was in existence. So if you look at this, the youth platform is the youth policy is mainly focused on the youth, how to fetch the youth out of unemployment, and also the space for politics. If you are an upcoming youth and you want to delve into politics and all that, there is a space for that, which you will be trained. Then after that, once you get the required skills, then they push you to that level that you want to get to. Then aside that too, they also mention of health, well-being and mental health. If you look at the use of late, they are so much into drugs, and so they use this platform to educate them on drug abuse and how to tread cautiously so that your sanity is being protected. Because if you don't take time, you might lose your mind. And then when it happens like that, you don't only become a burden to your parents, you become a burden to the society and a burden to the government. Because at the end of the day, the government suffers most. Most of these youths who are drug addicts, most of them are into armed robbery. So with this, you become a threat to the society, not only to the society. So the government, you become the government head, you become the government headache rather. Because they are finding ways and means to bring an end to that. And then civic engagement and peace, they use youth as agent for peace building around elections, and that is being seen anytime election is due. So for me, I feel like this policy is a good one, in as much as this is my first time getting to know something like that, but it's good.
Miss Regina, is it your first time?
No, I've heard of it before, but it's not really mechanism. But it's something which is in existence. It's just like the policy set by the government, the whole government, not MPP, not NDC, but it's a policy that helps underprivileged families. They give an amount of money to some homes to support them each and every year. For that also, most people don't know about it, but it's something which is in existence. So with the national there's a national youth policy. The national youth policy. It is basically a policy that has been set aside to help the youth, especially when it comes to job seeking, education and skills training, health and well-being, leadership and civic participation, technology and innovation, sports, arts and culture. So it is an idea for young people to be empowered, protected, and given opportunities to succeed. So I think it's a very great opportunity. And as we all are saying, most youth do not know that they have this opportunity. And this opportunity is just lying there. At the end of the day, the money being designated is not being used because not everyone knows it. So I think the best way they need to highlight more on this is to make sure that they educate the youth on it, and also they can take this policy to the schools, SHS, tertiary institutions, and they can also educate the people through social media campaigns, community outreach, radio and local languages, and also youth clubs, churches, mosques, practically anywhere that the youth are gathered. They need to take it there and make sure that all the youth benefit. I think from, is it 15 to 35 or something of that sort. So they need to make sure that everyone benefits from it.
So the National Youth Policy, I think if you are hearing of it for the first time, you can take the opportunity to just type it and, I think you have it. But just as my ladies have mentioned, the institutions should work better. The public education and awareness needs to go on. Let's look at our last story briefly. 0.75% Momo to wallet fee is a direct tax. Only parliaments can impose it. Legal practitioner and public affairs commentator Austin Kwabena Bracco Powers is questioning the legal basis of the proposed 0.75% mobile money to wallet transfer fee, arguing that it amounts to a tax that can only be approved by Parliament. The charge, which has already been suspended, had been introduced within the mobile money ecosystem but triggered widespread public debate and concerns. Mr. Kwabena says the fee raises serious constitutional questions and insists that only Parliament has the authority to impose taxes under Ghana's 1992 Constitution. He referenced Article 174 Clause 1, which states that no taxation shall be imposed except by or under the authority of an Act of Parliament. According to him, if the fee was introduced without parliamentary approval, then it could be considered taxation through the back door. He also questioned whether the Bank of Ghana or any other regulator had the legal authority to allow such a charge without parliamentary involvement. Mr. Bracco Powers further argued that nationwide financial charges affecting millions of users must be backed by clear legislative approval to ensure transparency and accountability. The issue has sparked public concerns, especially among mobile money users who rely heavily on digital transactions or for daily financial activities. Critics say such charges could increase the cost of living and deepen financial pressure on citizens. The Bank of Ghana has since suspended the implementation of the fee, pending further stakeholder consultations. Mr. Kwabena Bracco Powers maintains that any policy involving public revenue must be fully transparent and rooted in constitutional authority to avoid undermining democratic oversight. I think we spoke about this yesterday. Without parliamentary approval, there's no way you can impose, or even the government impose, a tax on their citizen. And hearing from the legal practitioner, this is what he has to say. Ms. Debbie, do you agree with him, or do you think this is a backdoor taxation?
Well, I feel like with what the minister stated, it is only in Parliament that, or the parliamentarians have the right to approve such a bill, which means that it needs to go to Parliament, right? So that they can judge on it, and then come to a final conclusion on whether that should be passed. And I think that will have to be. So this is it. If there was thorough communication between MTN and then Bank of Ghana, when everything is being finalized, they will now communicate to the finance minister, and the finance minister will need to present that to Parliament. Then after he is done, then both minority and majority will need to back the tax on why it needs to be passed, and then the majority will need to convince us why we need to pay that 0.75%. And that is when the minority also, because the minority will need to know why there is a 0.75% increment just like that. But if there is no communication Bank of Ghana, because with Bank of Ghana suspending the 0.75, it totally means that they have no idea of what is going on. Yesterday I said there are two main things involved. It's either they were not proper, the communication didn't go down well, or maybe it came but it came late and they had no other option than to suspend it. Because if the right people are being informed at the right time, then I'm sure we wouldn't be where we are today. Because the majority would now need to convince the minority why the 0.75 tax is being imposed from wallet to bank transfer.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like with what they are saying, the right thing needs to be done. In as much as MTN, we know that we are using MTN, is used by vast people, and so 0.75 will be best iska. So if it is about 1,000 people a day transferring wallet to bank, do you know the amount of money MTN will be making? And this is their own tax, so this is not as if the tax they are imposing on us is something that is going directly to the government. It's for their business. But at the end of the day, they also pay taxes to the government. So maybe they are doing that so they can get enough revenue, so they can also pay what they are supposed to pay to the government. So I feel like if there were proper communication, like, we wouldn't be talking about this.
We won't be talking about this. Miss Eugenia, briefly.
Yeah. So I think it's just like the budget Atofosson brings to Parliament. Yeah. So they will have to deliberate on it and make sure that it goes in the interest of the people and not in the interest of just one particular financial institution. So I think it's a good thing it was halted, and they are letting us know who has the right to implement a tax. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Regina, Miss Debbie, and thank you too for joining us on the news review. Up next, we have Today in History with Miss Regina Bless.
Bringing you today in history and some global observances live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. 1975, on this day, the founding of ECOWAS. Economic Community of West African States was founded on this day, 1975, upon the signing of the Treaty of Lagos in Lagos, Nigeria. It was established by 15 West African heads of states and government to promote regional economic integration, cooperation, and collective self-sufficiency. 1961 Appeal for Amnesty campaign launches when British lawyer Peter Benenson published The Forgotten Prisoners article in The Observer. This historic appeal ignited a global movement to advocate for individuals imprisoned, tortured, or executed for their political or religious beliefs. The launch of the campaign marked the genesis of Amnesty International, which has since grown into the world's largest grassroots human rights organization. 1754. First blood of the French and Indian War. The first blood of the French and Indian War was spilled on this day at the Battle of Jumonville Glen. A 21-year-old Lieutenant Colonel George Washington led a detachment of Virginia militia and Mingo warriors to ambush a small unsuspecting French scouting party led by Ensign Joseph in the Ohio Country. The surprise attack resulted in 10 French casualties, including Jumonville himself. To some few global observances, Eat More Fruits and Vegetables Day encourages us to celebrate and prioritize fresh produce in our daily diets, adding more colorful, Nutrient-rich whole foods to our meals provides essential vitamins, promotes heart health, and boosts our natural energy. Lastly, Menstrual Hygiene Day. To break the stigma surrounding periods and promote global access to menstrual products, education, and safe sanitation facilities. Ultimately, it advocates for a world where menstruation is treated as a normal, dignified biological process rather than a source of shame or gender inequality. Yes, so today is Menstrual Hygiene Day. Let's fight together to take away the stigma. And that's all for today on Today in History and some global observances, live on Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for Today in History and some global and some observances of the day. Today is Menstrual Hygiene Day. You can be kind to somebody. People are finding it difficult to buy sanitary pad. If you have the means and you can support somebody, just buy a sanitary pad and gift that person. It could be a friend, it could be a colleague at work, it could be your sister, it could be your mother. And let's stop the stigmatization. Going through menses doesn't mean that you are dirty or filthy. It's part of life. If you don't menstruate, you will not give birth. Thank you so much. Yeah. So it's very important. So today, as the day, let's observe it and be kind to people. Up next, Debbie's Girl.
Welcome to Debbie's Girl, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear of favor. The recent removal of Ghanaian nationals from South Africa's reignited calls for a reassessment of diplomatic and migration relations between the two countries. The incident, which saw several Ghanaians expelled over alleged immigration violations, has sparked concern among advocacy groups and community leaders in Ghana. They argued that the action reflects broader tensions around the treatment of African migrants and the need for clearer bilateral agreement on labor mobility and consular protection. Analysts said the development underscores long-standing issues of documentation, employment, and enforcement faced by West African nationals in South Africa. While South African authorities maintain that expulsions were carried out in line with immigration law, critics contend that the process lacked transparency and due process. In response, civil society organizations and some policymakers in Ghana urging both governments to revisit existing framework and establish mechanisms to prevent similar occurrences. They said the reset in relations should prioritize dialogue, consular cooperation, and the protection of citizens' rights. The Ghanaian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has yet to issue a formal statement on the issue, but officials indicate that the issue is being monitored closely. Observers note that without a structured diplomatic review, similar incidents could continue to strain Ghana-South Africa ties. So, fortunately for us, yesterday we had, for me personally, yesterday I had a good time, and for the first time in my life, I said that, and then some colleagues of mine were like, no. I mean, they were trying to argue with me, okay, because I said for the first time in my life, I'm proud to be a Ghanaian. And I said that for a reason. So yesterday we had about 300 of our people peacefully and by the grace of God and whatever you can add up to what I just said, landed in Ghana safely. And trust me, the joy and the happiness in the faces of our ministers who went to meet these people tells a lot. It shows that kind of unity and that kind of bond we have with each other. I mean, we might have internal issue as Ghanaians, but if another party tries to interfere, it means you have become a third party. It's just like twins fighting with each other, and then you coming in to separate these two, you end up, you might be a third party. They might gang up against you. So this whole thing about government, Ghanaians being pushed out of South Africa just because they felt like some of them are there illegally. They access the country illegally. They're saying their documents and everything is like, some of them are being forged, and like a whole lot of issues. But at the end of it, it shows that, I mean, we've really, trust me, we've really done so well. And this morning, I want to commend the president. I want to commend the foreign affairs minister, Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa. Trust me, they are working so hard. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, being led by Samuel Kujeto Ablakwa, is working so hard. And I can boldly say that whatever he's doing is being evident out there, and then we are seeing it. Even when you go to social media, the way Ghanaians are fighting with the South African, like with West, the banter, you could see that like we are standing in for our people. And as I said, this shows the love and the unity we have among ourselves. If another country is saying that they don't want us because they've noticed some things and so they are pushing us out, we want our people back in here, because this is your country. There is a saying that's home sweet home, okay? Regardless of how bad your home is, regardless of how bad things are ongoing, your home is still your home. No matter the distance, no matter how long you travel out of your home, you still come back home, because that is your root. So you are back to your root, and there is no way your roots can reject you. No. You see, no matter how a mother or a parent dislike their words, even if they don't become what they ought to become, they still take them, because that is their children, okay? You can't claim somebody's child to be your child. And there is no refuse dump where you dump children. So for that kind of unity, come on, it's so nice. But this is what I want us to say. I think this is also a call to us that we need to do more. Okay, the reason why they moved out of this country, it based on their own reasons. They have their own reasons of moving out of this country. But then I feel like we need to do more as a country. We need to fix things. If South Africa is saying that they don't need us, then this is simple as ABC. We also don't need them here. And the most serious aspect is that they have the companies we have in Ghana that are being owned by South Africa, like Edoso. MTN is being owned by South Africa. MultiChoice Ghana is from South Africa. DSTV was for South Africa, but then it's now owned by France. And then we have the Standard Bank, also for South Africa, ShopRite, South Africa, Anglo Gold Ashanti, South Africa, South African Gold Mining Company right here in Ghana. Then we have the Gold Fields, also South African Gold Mining Firm operating in Ghana here. We also have African Cellular Group, which is South African ICT and Steel Tower Company that has built over 300 telecoms towers in Ghana. So it should tell you that they have their companies here in Ghana. So I don't understand why we would need to fight ourselves. Okay, so this is a case where Africans are trying to unite and then claim what is theirs. We want to unite so that we can hold this Western world accountable. That has to do with the slave trade, the repatriation. They owe us a compensation. Now, how would they take us serious when we are being divided? And with what South Africa is doing, like it's kind of funny. And when you listen to the people speak, you will know that the country is not a safe place to live. The way people were being beaten, shops owned by foreigners is now an open venture where South African can troop in and then pick whatever they want to pick. Because the authorities are quiet, they are not saying anything. The laws are backing them. And one video I came across yesterday, students of South Africa were marching on the streets, chasing away foreigners who are in their own schools. And you see, I saw a statement that I was like, this statement is very, very deep. The person was like, you see, your politicians or your leaders or whoever they are trying to, paint bad pictures about other African countries for you, and then you are taking up the lead. When the time comes, and then your leaders are against you, we will see who will stand in for you. As simple as ABC. Because if you're fighting against the same people who stood in for your country when your country had nothing, then you should bear it in mind that a time will come when you'll be in need of these people and they will still not stand in for you. And you see, one thing about Ghanaians is that Ghana is a loving country, as usual. Ghana is a peaceful country. And that is why you will see foreigners in here. Go to Malam Junction. A lot of shops there are owned by Nigerians. And then we buy from them. And I'm sure when you go to Nigeria, there are companies there that are being owned by Ghanaians. And that is bilateral relation between Ghana and other African countries. Because we know that one country cannot do it alone. And since we've all realized that we are one people, why don't we have a relation, a bilateral relation or a multilateral relation where other countries will come into our countries, trade, get their money, go back. Ghanaians also go into other African countries, trade, and then come back to our country. That is how it's supposed to be. And if you look at history, how Ghana, led by Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, helped South Africans, and then looking at how they are retaliating now, it's like it's something else. It's so sad. Yesterday, when you saw the video, I know most of us have seen the videos when they landed here in Ghana. Some of them were crying, and I could personally understand. Some people went there to make a living, and so long as they are owning shops and a big shop and all that, it should tell you that their whole life they've been living in South Africa and they've been building something for themselves, and then coming back with nothing is kind of very, very painful. But this is it. We don't need to keep quiet as a country. We should take action. If it is possible. Someone was like, when we close MTN right now, which other network are we going to use? Because as it stands now, it looks as if MTN is the only network that everybody is using. When we close down MTN, it will be a wake-up call for us to also set one and make good use of it. And that is why I'm saying this is a reset call for us as a country. We need to build our own home and be proud of ourselves. And if some people are saying they don't want us, then we also don't need them, because if we don't create that kind of barrier, then we should be rest assured that something of this sort will happen. Let's not forget about what happened in 1970s, where Nigerians said they don't need us in their country again. And they sucked us out. And that is where the Ghana must go issue came in. So please, let's wake up as a country. It's good. For me, I'm so excited that our people are back in here. But let's put measures in place and ensure that such incidents do not occur again. Thank you for making time with me on TV screen.
Thank you so much for the girl, Miss Debbie. And thank you for joining us on the first segment of the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries,
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Hello, good morning, and welcome to the morning news update on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up this morning, 61 Ghanaian teachers trained on climate change to boost integration into national curriculum. Wager chiefs to declare support for government's plan to demolish structures on waterways. Ghana Leather Association calls for zero duty on raw materials to boost local production. Also coming up in the news, Lands and Mines Watch Ghana calls for mental health checks to curb uneven road crashes. In business, Access Bank Ghana partners Deloitte to equip women entrepreneurs with financial tools. These and many other stories coming up shortly. 61 teachers from across Ghana have completed training on climate change aimed at helping integrate climate education into the national curriculum. The initiative was carried out under a partnership with Indiana University. The training was announced at the 2026 Climate Health and Education Conference, where Dr. Samuel Nyakon of Indiana University said the program is designed to strengthen Ghana's climate action effort through education. According to him, equipping teachers with up-to-date knowledge and teaching tools will enable them to deliver climate-related content effectively in the classrooms nationwide. The trained teachers are expected to serve as resource persons in their regions, supporting curriculum rollout and peer training.
If you look at sea level rise, if you go to Qatar, if you go to the coastal areas, we've seen a lot of sea level rise where you have the seawater coming into people. So it wasn't like that previously. These are all, impact of climate change. We are seeing low crop yield from farmers as a result of changing climate, the climate warming, not, producing enough moisture to, help with plant growth. We've seen a lot of diseases, especially when you look at waterborne diseases. If you look at malaria and other stuffs, those vectors, those disease-causing parasites, they thrive in warmer climates. So as our climate is warming for them, they are thriving, they are producing more, and we are going to be affected more by the diseases that they carry. So we are seeing a lot of climate impact in Ghana and Africa. So. Yeah, and I believe it's important that teachers and students develop capacity for climate change, because if it's like you are sick and you don't know the diagnosis, nobody has diagnosed you, but you feel the pains, right? So if you go out there and then buy any medicine, let's say you have diarrhea and then you go and buy a painkiller, right? Is that the right medicine for it? It's the same thing when it comes to learning about climate change concepts. If you don't understand the effect, then how are you going to plan the mitigation practices to curtail the impact of climate change? So we believe that teachers should be well resourced to teach climate change and its impact to students, and then we should try developing students as agents of climate mitigation.
Traditional leaders in Wage have thrown their weight behind the government decision to demolish unauthorized structures built on waterways in the area. The chief said the move is necessary to prevent flooding and protect lives and properties. They urge residents to cooperate with authorities and desist from putting up buildings in restricted zones. According to the chiefs, community safety must take precedence over illegal development and pledge to work with NADMO to enforce the directive.
Na wo be say dredge no imanfo no mo so frame and no mo di tro do mo so say ball antina Friday we ni ekoso na me buy mbehwe me hu say yes na me ko fa machine say yemboa na omoyimu ampa omoyimu frɛ me school me ko ni nyina no so ni na atwem so we ba no say say NADMO force omo ba so omo feel say e ho na problem no ma ba ho so they say an move mra ya ba no mo sisi dan wa fata no root that is be ani ha feeling ni wa ni na no gutters nothing just is ya no obi fie kura wo kwa na wa kopim na wa sasa wachi so no say atwa mi wa ha no so omo ahipi gravel anyway e dey ato instead of eso omo tu na metwe mu no so ba na ahiti wo no na sanechi na eko Malan Junction ni akoye ma wo ho na yiti na sa asanechi ko amanfo fi so to me de we hu nya se be kasa bible ye church odan na mbubu ni nyina nsu mbu na bebi agota da no mfa ntuo obi a wonim se bebi a wo no nya na watu afuyo we nya se dan mu na ne trimu ya dia na de bebi a woti no so fa wo na wo ko na wo we ka se na obi anjiwu so gates wa ha obi ansu ofri ni fia e betuma ko gata no so to our problems we nya bi wa ya ebe jira mo feelings e wa feelings ipone wa adanti na eze marisa na ade we nyina na e wa no mi to quarter pot po wa hada quarter pot mi to wa hada so di omo ya no de to me de e go mo sha se mbubu no o mo mo gota no metwem
yen report ayenya ne se be bi the baller e wo Wage agbawe e na cause issues no odan so man ha. But some can only feel for a buy. Who said that's not the situation. I hear for no so dear name. Because some chromo boy, only you gatters and send a bay and soon be flu. Into ya who say, Hano, on my block it. And soon if some whom Malam and soon I never, no my block it, ewa. Send a bay on Benya Quayatons as in Ewahan. And when they cause situation, when I come and they are when nature because me mete down so ma na mete ase ha kakra nti me so minim se na etifa so to aye ho kire nti nie be ye ne se aha no se abembem na ye stop here nsase ne tonton nie ti me clear sa blockage no ma ye wo nie nya kwan edi we etwa gata ana ma nso ne kwan e ma ne besen se na be ye nso na wurawura nkrofo fi
o ba ablekuma we sa no ho a obi won se sisi sidan e wo ha no mo nyina no na den ama nsuo na nya den enya kwan ntumi enko o hwe efie a wo menimi a menimo wo kase mu meka se mu wechi na efie no kra efie a wo ba na wo abehwe se na nsuo ta wo fie mu a fie unwie ba nsuo ta mu enti wo ba be wie na wo ba be tena nsuo mu ana den saa na yesisi sibi nyina twetwa ho nkofo so de fini a wa be gu ho enti nsuo no a ya dredge a fa market ne side bridge na se anka e wo se ekọ no na nso ni nyina ejina ye be sere nyina ye ho eye se obeye development eye se obesi dan na dan watene mu but the bia okwa kosi dan no hwe se eho eye ana se enye.
The Ghana Leather Association is urging government to scrap import duties on raw materials used in leather production. Speaking on the proposal, association leaders said high import duties on hides, chemicals and accessories are driving up production costs and pushing manufacturers to rely on finished import. Removing these duties, they contend, would encourage value addition, create more jobs and support the broader Made in Ghana agenda. The call comes as policymakers focused on industrialization and import substitution to reduce Ghana's trade deficit.
It has become a bare fact that many of us today standing here buy every pair of shoes. We bury our dreams at the port. We ship millions dollars to China, and we import poverty back home. This is not just a business issue. It is a national economic concern. The Ghana Leather and Footwear Manufacturer Association, GALFAM, representing footwear manufacturer, leather producers, traders across Ghana, wishes to express a deep concern over the massive inflow of cheap imported footwear from China that is threatening the survival of Ghana leather and shoe industry. Increasing takeover Ghanaian footwear market by imported product, particularly from China. A nation that cannot 48 people is a nation who walk into a future with a bare foot. According to data from the Ghana Statistical Office and UN Common Trade, over 70% footwear sold in Ghana from 2024 to 2025 is imported from China, with import value exceeding $40 million US. While Ghanaian footwear exports remain below $1 million. Meanwhile, Ghanaian local industry, which have capacity to employ thousands, continue to struggle. Tariff equality. Increased tariff on finished synthetic leather goods from outside Africa trade continental zone. Mandatory local procurement and executive directive must mandated state agencies, schools be sourced 100% certified local manufacturing. Launching Buy Ghana-made footwear campaign, prioritizing local made. Port enforcement, stop misqualification of finished shoes as raw materials at the ports. Affordable financing, open access to low interest rate through Ghana Exim Bank for industrial machines.
Following a recent accident on the Nkenkesu-Techima Highway, Kwame Owusu-Danso, lawyer and executive director of Lands and Mines Watch Ghana, has called for stricter vetting of drivers before they are issued license. According to him, drivers' mental health status must be thoroughly assessed to reduce road crashes and improve safety on our roads. He argued that current licensing processes focus largely on driving skills and documentation, while overlooking the psychological fitness of drivers. The proposal comes in response to growing public concerns over frequent road accidents.
But to add that it is one that we have to look at from the perspective of policy and compliance. Policy in relation to how we even issue licenses, and the kind of vehicles that we have on our streets. And also that, you know, whether there are systems in place in checking reckless, excessive speeding and things like that. Because oftentimes you would notice, like you rightly indicated, the roads are better because it does not feed into the 39% motorable roads that we have. It means that, you know, wherever it is that they were applying, it's in good condition. So it is one that has to really do with the attitude of the driver. And so that also leads me to this very unpalatable but truthful reality, which is that we need to check the mental status of most of these drivers. You know, mental health is a very serious issue. And I cite this example because I was nearly involved in a similar accident, head-on collision. This was just yesterday, when it was raining heavily, around the DVLA Kwabenya enclave. I was driving. The tractor driver just overtook the other vehicle and was driving straight into my vehicle. I had to veer off the road. You know, so it tells you the thinking of people. And the guy didn't even slow down for me to get an opportunity to navigate. He was just driving straight into my vehicle. So then I thought to myself, I'm sure this person is not even having the presence of mind, to even drive on our roads. So it fits into the larger conversation that most of these drivers that we have around are not mentally stable. So we need to ensure that by way of policy, persons who are given driver's licenses to drive are checked thoroughly, because they are carrying.
In business, the African Development Bank projects Ghana's economy to expand by 5% in 2026, with growth expected to strengthen further to 5.4% in 2027, positioning the country among the stronger performing economies in West Africa. The projection is marginally higher than 4.8% growth forecast by both the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank. According to the bank's 2026 African Economic Outlook report, Ghana's inflation rate is projected to end the year at 9%. This is higher than the current inflation range of about 3% being recorded by the country, reflecting expectations of improving macroeconomic stability and easing price pressures. The report also anticipates a gradual improvement in Ghana's fiscal position, with the fiscal deficit projected to narrow from 2.6% of GDP in 2026 to 2.2% in 2027. On the external front, Ghana is expected to maintain a relatively strong current accounts position, with a surplus of 3% of GDP in 2026 before moderating slightly to 2.7% in 2027, underscoring resilience in the country's external sector despite prevailing global uncertainties. More broadly, the African Development Bank projects West Africa's economy to grow by 4.7% in 2026, supported by robust agricultural output, expanding agro-processing value chains, and sustained public investment in infrastructure, energy, and transport systems. However, the bank cautioned that rising geopolitical tensions, elevated global oil and fertilizer prices, persistent supply chains disruptions remain significant downside risk to African economies, including Ghana. The report further stressed the need for African countries to strengthen domestic resource mobilization, deepen regional trade integration, and improve fiscal management to reduce exposure to external shocks and enhance economic resilience. Also in business, Access Bank, in partnership with Deloitte Ghana, has successfully hosted a women business workshop designed to arm female entrepreneurs with practical financial knowledge and strategic insight needed to scale their businesses. The workshop convened a diverse group of women business owners who are clients of the bank, offering a dynamic platform for expert-led learning, peer exchange, and frank discussions on the challenges of growing a business in today's competitive environment. Head of Women Banking Access Bank African subsidiaries used the occasion to reaffirm the bank's commitment to supporting women-led enterprises well beyond conventional banking products. She noted that while financing remains a critical enabler, many women entrepreneurs are held back not by a lack of ambition, but by gaps in financial literacy and strategic direction. The workshop, she explained, was conceived precisely to bridge that divide, delivering actionable insight on financial planning, business structuring, and long-term growth strategy. She further described the initiative as a reflection of Access Bank's deliberate capacity-focused approach to women banking. Facilitators from Deloitte led in-depth sessions covering financial management, risk assessment, and strategic planning, equipping participants with frameworks to position their businesses for expansion and attract investment with greater confidence. The workshop also created space for participants to share their real-world experiences and business challenges, fostering a spirit of collective problem solving and peer accountability. The initiative is part of Access Bank's broader long-term strategy to champion women entrepreneurship and accelerate the growth of small and medium-sized enterprises across Ghana. With a strong focus on superior customer service, sustainability and digital transformation, the bank remains dedicated to supporting the unbanked, creating opportunities for financial growth and ensuring that every customer enjoys seamless access to modern banking services. To sports, Keta Football Club has raised concerns over fairness, due process and integrity in Volta Region football after a protest filed against it following a 3-2 win over Yingo Football Club in the Middle League. In a statement on Wednesday, May 27th, the club said it is disappointed that the protest is being considered. It noted that the issue stems from the 2023-2024 season, a competition Yingo Football Club did not take part in. The club questioned why the case was allowed to proceed, arguing it lacks a clear procedural basis. It also raised concerns about possible administrative influence within regional football, suggesting bias and selective justice. Keta Football Club maintained that its win over Yingo Football Club in the Middle League was fair and should stand. It cautioned that overturning results through external influence would undermine the credibility of the competition. The club is urging the Volta Regional Football Association to apply its rules consistently and ensure decisions are free from bias. In showbiz, another veteran actor from Nollywood has declared his intention to venture into politics, adding to the growing list of entertainers transitioning into public service in Nigeria. The announcement was made on Thursday, 28th May, with the actor stating his desire to contribute to governance and address issues affecting ordinary Nigerians. While specific details about the office he intends to contest were not disclosed, he emphasized that his experience in the entertainment industry had given him insight into the challenges facing the youth and creative sector. The move reflects a trend in recent years where prominent Nollywood figures have sought elective positions at both state and federal levels. Supporters say such transitions bring public visibility and cultural influence into governance, while critics argued it requires more than popularity to deliver effective leadership. To some global update, a dormitory fire in Kenya. That's a wrap on the morning news update. Do well to log on to all streaming platforms.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko nikosi alo komi kesheto.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Good morning to you once again, and you are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show right here on Ghana Talks Radio. This is the second segment of the morning show, and as you know it, we come along with knowledgeable guests who are going to be delving into the issue for discussion this morning. Remember that you are streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, and also on X at Ghana Talks Radio. Do well to send in your comments. Let's get interactive right here on the morning show. We'll do well to read them back to you. And I must say that this morning, I'm glad, I'm elated, hearing the news and also listening to the reports of the first batch of evacuees who has been evacuated successfully from South Africa. You can see how excited some are emotional. Those are parts of the issues we'll be looking at this morning. And I must say that we have joining us right here in the studios, Mr. Brima Mudase. Good morning to you, Mr. Brima.
Good
and
morning.
You are welcome to the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Thank you very much.
Hope all is well.
By His grace, we are doing well. Although we are in our...
Although you are in your...
the holidays, but we have to make sure that issues of national interest are brought to bear for discussions as well, and also be able to make sure that we propagate the good news of the NDC government and the good that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has been doing to us as well. Yeah.
How was the festival yesterday? Yesterday was Sanla, the big one.
Yeah.
Where is our meat?
Oh, the meat will come later. Usually,
you're still killing it.
You're still preparing it. Yes. So you had to escape them small to come and do issues of national interest.
I see. So right outside the issue of national interest,
Right.
you go and chill.
We'll go and continue the
You
killing.
go and continue the killing.
Usually the what do you call it? The proper eating, or like say proper chilling, will start at the weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because
okay.
right now we are still preparing to put things together in terms of the preparation. You know, usually what the Islamic principles, says that the Eid al-Adha is not a one-day celebration. Is you can kill it on the day after, or the next day. So usually within the 3 days, everyone is, who has the intention of also killing the ram, the cow, or let's say a camel. That's the highest you can kill. For this one, goat is not allowed. It's either a ram, a cow.
Why is goat not allowed?
No, is
it in your Quran?
It was a ram that what do you call it? What's his name?
Is it Isaac?
Yeah,
wanted to sacrifice
his son.
Yeah.
So God replaced it with a ram.
With a ram.
So if at least you cannot meet God's standard.
Don't
Don't go
don't go below that.
So usually that's why people are urged to plan ahead.
Oh, okay. So that is why you always use the cow.
Exactly.
Or the ram. But you can't use goat.
You know, you can't use goat.
Neither can use chicken.
No.
You don't have to go below the standard.
You don't have to go below the standard.
Oh, then this is biblical.
Yeah, it's the same as the... Okay, well, if that's the same. Religion... that's the beauty of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I now understand why you use cow.
Yes.
Because I was like, is it just a Muslim thing to just use cow all the time? But you've explained it to me.
Yes, your blessings increases the more, and depending on what you are using.
Oh, okay. So if you use cow,
your blessing will be more than someone who
is using ram.
If someone uses a camel too, his is also more than. And also, God is a just God. We understand. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will look at what you're also giving it to him, because the ram you are killing, the meat, if you go and just take any slim ram or any slim cow, your blessings will also come in that manner, in a slim manner. If you also kill fat one with so much meat that you can share, especially the what do you call it, the value of it, or the kind of moral or religious backing of it, is at least to be able to share to the needy, your family. So from your family, you look at your external family, that's extended family, you look at your friends, and that's why we bring the art of also sharing. And you see, one beautiful thing about this is that once you're also sharing, going to those places, you are connecting with them. There's family reunion. There are some people, or for me, for instance, where we killed, I went all the way from, Amasamai to Medina for us to kill. The next day I'll be at the next time I'll be at Medina, I cannot tell. So probably what will make me go there is the occasion that has brought. So at least it brings about that reunion or family gathering, those that we've not seen in a while. So I think it's a good, occasion where people have to, go merrymaking, connect with, family and people that they've not seen. So it's a good occasion. Yeah.
But it actually looks like yesterday's celebration was a calm one. Or am I lying?
Yeah, I think it's true.
Or is because
I'm sure it's because in the weekday.
Okay.
But I'm also skeptical because I didn't understand why today is not a holiday. I thought they said they would do it 2 days holiday, but I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so for other countries, today is a holiday. I learned is a holiday in Nigeria today.
You know, their population in terms of the Muslims is more.
Yeah,
I don't know
more.
specific numbers, so but it seems theirs have more distant Muslims as compared to, and their population is very, over 200 million people. And I think their northern side too also made up of Muslims mostly. So that's also the occasion. But for Ghana, I don't know, the minister or like I said, the president ever announced a 2-day, holidays for each celebration. But I don't know whether it will be pushed to or usually it's because it didn't come on the weekend.
Yeah.
For that, I'm not sure.
Probably.
But I expected a 2-day holiday, for us so that
don't worry.
We'll conclude with the whole
Don't worry, you can continue chewing your meat
we are
on
here
the
to
weekend.
prepare it. We'll prepare it, then bring it here.
Right. So whilst you were chilling yesterday, the Foreign Affairs Minister, the Chief Justice, and also we saw the Gender Minister as well, also doing their works yesterday, and the first batch of Ghanaians have been evacuated from South Africa. How do you feel about that?
Well, I feel very happy. And today, every Ghanaian on the street, on the market, we are all smiling because we have a proactive government in place. We have proactive leadership. People who don't just wait for something to happen before they act or react to it. This evacuation plan perhaps wouldn't have been on the minds of a certain or a certain government. I'm not referring to the MPP government as per se, but you should have waited for probably a mass, danger, maybe or death before you acted this way. But for proactive leadership that we have, having a foreign minister like Okudzeto Ablakwa, the son of man, he has really proven that. You see, when you don't feel that kind of proactiveness in leadership for a while, when this is happening, you see it as a huge thing, and they tell us, we are celebrating mediocre, but that's not it. That is the way to go. And so for that matter, we are happy for them. For the willingness of this, the Ghanaians and the South Africa to come. And you say it takes a great deal to relocate, because they are coming back to, this is an unplanned coming home. They are not coming back. Government is going to support them with finances, capital to start up their business. It's a gamble as to whether the business is going to be successful or not. And how many of them have been sat down to even plan on what business that they are coming to do. But I don't know, your life is very, very important. So, we would like to extend our gratitude and appreciation to the Ghanaians for willingly joining the evacuation team to be able to come back to Ghana. Because there is no place safe than home. And wherever you go, home is the safest place. And Ghana has proven to be the star of Africa in terms of the beacon of hope and peace. That we don't usually feel these kind of xenophobic attacks. Even yesterday, I think the other time I came here, I was with an MPP panelist. He was talking about even common onions. We have foreigners selling onions.
Yeah.
Yet we don't even go attacking them. You understand? And so, the Ibrahim Mahama said, the brother of the president, we are going to make sure that we fix our country so that we curtail this kind of
attacks
and what do you call it? People fleeing to other countries for greener pastures, because that's the what do you call it?
That is the main reason.
The main reason why people,
lots of people,
will leave the country, because, and I always say that when there is no equal opportunity, I always preach that we make sure that we create equal opportunity, safe environment for everyone. And so for that matter, when that happens, you get qualified and competent people going into our workplaces, people having confidence in the system. People don't have confidence in the system. Today, if you are sharing meeting and tell them that they should form a queue, they know that someone will pass this side and enter. No one will trust you.
Yeah.
And so, for that matter, I am very, very confident of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama in the NDC and his leadership, be able to restore and reset Ghana in a way that every Ghanaian will have confidence in our system. People are going to school; they don't know what will become of their schooling. You don't feel the benefits of the education. So at the end of the day, when someone is going to school, his mind all is that those who are going through the nursing training, they want to use it to go to abroad. They want to use it to go to abroad. And the abroad is now killing us. So so we have to.
So what do you do?
So at the end of the day, we need to just come back home and fix our country as well, and make sure that we always put in leadership or leaders who have us at heart. And this is the kind of leadership that we are seeing and we are feeling. I watched the video this morning. I mean, they were very happy. They were singing.
Yeah, but some people were actually crying.
Yes.
Because imagine you building your whole life.
Yes.
For one of the interviewer I listened to, he said he doesn't even remember. He can't remember the time he even went to South Africa. That should tell you that he has lived there for decades. All his life.
Yes.
And then now he has to come down.
It's not easy to relocate because they are not coming to adjust even to the weather itself. It's not the same over there.
Yeah.
Many of them are now coming to adjust, coming to family reunion, now coming to assess themselves how they are going to start their life. And I just hope and pray that the government will be able to provide them enough resources to set up themselves. One that can at least be substantial enough for them to use to start up any small business, whether some of them are also professionally trained in whichever skills. We need to really get them to settle. But that's the important thing, because if they're able to get hand to mouth, they will no longer be thinking about the lifestyle they were living at South Africa. They will no longer be thinking about missing the weather over there or whatever. So at the end of the day, we need to encourage the government. We need to keep, although we elected and put them the back, we need to appreciate their efforts this far. I mean, the Son of Man, Gender Ministry, and all of them, they came out in their numbers. A high-powered delegation, showing that indeed we care about. And yesterday I was reading a news item by Okujita Blakwa. He made it clear that people in abroad should know that Ghanaians today have parents. We have a ministry that is, very, very proactive. There's nothing you hear around the world concerning a Ghanaian and you will not see our foreign minister reacting to it. Immediately he picks up the issue, he goes to investigate, he follows up for the well-being of every Ghanaian abroad. And I'm so happy, and I'm sure that every Ghanaian around the world will be very happy and feel very safe. So we need to encourage them wherever you are in abroad, whatever issues you are facing. Once you're able to locate the High Commissioner to that country from Ghana, you are very safe with us. So I think that this initiative is very good.
It's very good.
Settling is the important thing.
Yeah.
How they are going to settle. So I think this is where we need to, urge our leaders to make sure that they put them in the right places so that they will feel safe and feel home. Anyway, we say welcome to the the South Africans.
Welcome back to Ghana. Welcome back home.
Yeah, welcome back home.
Let's say, in terms of support, yesterday we saw, according to reports, we saw some packages handed over to these people. We saw people recommending the government for giving them envelope. Well, I don't know how true that is, but one man mentioned they gave him 5,000. I don't know if there's conflicting with the old currency, because that person has lived there all his life. Maybe it's 500 cedis, you say 5,000 cedis. So I'm yet to, we are yet to find out if indeed the government gave them 5,000. But looking at the incentive the government has provided to these people, is that enough to hold them?
For now, they need something to be living on, and if it's 5,000 cedis, for our Ghanaian set, I would say it's okay for the meantime, so that if it is true that they have been giving 5,000 Ghana cedis, that is very, very commendable for the government to do that. And so we'll just urge them to be managing with that for the meantime. I'm sure as the government has, promised to make sure they make sure they settle, more will come their way. And whilst we are welcoming them and commending the government for the good works, we need to also rebuke the South Africans very, very well. I mean, yesterday on a certain platform, I used certain words on them that I know that I cannot use on this, but it is very, very disheartening that South Africa, the whole Africa that stood for you in terms of apartheid, the whites were maltreating you, the times of what they call racism. In your own country, the whites are even still, apartheid is still going on. And we keep on speaking against, the whole Africa, everybody keep speaking against it. And we are even trying to look at Africa continental free trade, trying to make sure that we trade borderless Africa. And we are trying to make sure we go into each other's, country without even a visa or whatever. These are the things that we need to focus on, because the attacks is very, very unnecessary. I think the other time I saw a hairdresser.
Just this morning I saw a video of
the hairdresser being attacked. Come on, hairdresser. If your youth, I learned they usually give them a stipend every month, even if you're not working.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think there was one time someone was educating me about it. He was like, at South Africa, when you're in schooling or when you are done with school, there's a stipend for you every month that they pay you, regardless whether you're working or not, especially the unemployed guys. So they don't even see the need to go into skill training. They don't even see the need to work because the government provides them a stipend every month. And so for that matter, they are not into these petty works, like
because they rely on that
the government stipend.
Yeah.
But you see, those who want to also do it, they feel these foreigners or we the Ghanaians or people who have gone there have the skills already.
Yeah.
So people prefer theirs to their own because
you now coming to learn,
or you don't even have the skill or anything
at all.
So it is normal to even have hatred. Even our communities where someone is selling toffees, and they are adjacent each other. It's normal to have that feeling, but to go to the extent of even attacking the person, you don't even go to the person to ask the person to teach you how to become better. Let's learn from each other. You understand? So
it shouldn't be a competition.
Not at all. Not at all, because money will continue to flow in the system as long as you have the requisite skills to be able to deliver and give quality work to people. Your services will always be needed. You understand? So we need to rebuke our brothers at South Africa that they need to take us as a brother, as sisters and brothers, that we are all in this game of survival in life. Because if we are also going to chase away South African businesses in Ghana here, I think yesterday, Honorable Lawyer Eric J, the CEO of National Enterprise, the one in charge of this Ejumara program, he was making a claim that Takwa Mines is owned by a South African company.
And there's been reports that they are not going to renew the lease again.
And he was urging, some people, government and appointees are urging the government not to renew their lease and whatever. But I think that is too harsh anyway.
Too harsh?
That is too harsh.
But looking at what they did to our people.
Yes, I don't know, we need to judge. It's not everything that you need to just, retaliate. No. If we start on that tangent, it's going to get bad. It's going to get very murky on the side of both countries.
But it actually looks like their government is not even doing anything about it. And they are telling us how to even
I think the president has initiated conversation.
But is that enough?
But you see, in diplomacy or in terms of these kind of works, you need diplomacy. You need to be very diplomatic in your actions. The last resort will be going with the person in terms of retaliation. That shouldn't be part of the conversation as at now. I believe that, constant touch with them, conversation, they will be able to push in more effort. You see, it's like Ghanaians here. The way we are dealing with our bad attitude in terms of throwing rubbish into... every day we keep talking about it, yet it keeps happening. It keeps happening. So that kind of addictive behavior that they have adopted, it takes a while for the government to be able to put in more action.
But Brima,
yes,
this is not the first time we are experiencing xenophobic attacks.
Agree.
In 2015,
yes,
we had the same experience.
That's right.
And we are having it currently again.
Yes.
And it's like no action is being done. We haven't even heard from ECOWAS yet.
That's true.
And it's like they are dumbfounded about the whole issue.
That's right. So I understand. For me, as someone who who is a party communicator, a government communicator, I communicate on behalf of the party. The government has no official stance in terms of what you are going to do against this issue. The government still believes in diplomacy, in engaging. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has made it clear that he will continue to engage the South African president and their their high commissioners and their representatives, so that we see the way forward in dealing with it. But for me as a person, I don't think retaliation is withholding their lease. And remember, they have Ghanaians that are working in these companies as well.
But they said we should develop our country.
That's true.
So we will mind.
So
we will all mind.
So if you don't renew their leases or whatnot, the Ghanaians, you are going to punish the Ghanaians who are working in these companies. So I think we need to be a bit restrained. Let's wait to see how the South Africans, their leadership will put in more effort. In case, we see that they are not really showing that much for a certain time period, we need to give them time as well. Because it's not easy controlling yours. Because if you know South Africans, if you watch even their movies, if you watch how radical they are, how violent they are, in terms of some of them in their dealings, you would understand the point I am coming from. The way Ghanaians are very peaceful, loving people. They are not like that. They are not like that at all. If you look at even the times when they were going through apartheid and whatnot, and how the attacks were coming at them, and they said they were retaliating, that kind of peaceful environment is not like as it is in Ghana. And so for that matter, we need to appreciate that there is difference in culture, there is difference in attitude, character, personality wise, even their makeup as well. And so for that matter, these things are going to take time. And so let's give them some time and see the way forward as well.
Let's give them some time and see the way forward. But just as you mentioned, is dialogue the only solution to this?
Right now, as we speak, I don't think dialogue is the only solution. I don't think dialogue is the only solution. But I don't also think retaliation is even it should even be an option as of now.
So apart from the dialogue,
you understand?
What else can we adopt?
So once we are unable to dialogue, we need to make sure that we put in regulations too as well, to be able to make sure that South Africans that are coming into the country are also, if we are going to put them in a situation where they will commit to a certain MOU, a certain peace pact, a certain we need to continue the diplomacy way. Because immediately you start the retaliation, you don't know what businesses are in South Africa that are Ghanaian made that you are going to hurt. It's like Trump imposing taxes on people because he disagrees with their policies and whatnot.
Yes.
If we do that, and China also impose taxes on his American goods. You see what happened?
Yeah.
I don't know. He had to retrieve back. He had to lift the ban and order. So let's look at how we can still follow the diplomacy way. If we are not going to, if we are not satisfied with the judge, or let's look at how to commit them to signing some peace pact. Let's look at drawing some outline or a roadmap to making sure that we bring a lasting peace to it. But retaliating in terms of holding on to their mining leases and whatnot is too far for now. Let's wait and still continue the diplomacy way.
We've also seen the Nigerian government taking this whole issue legally. They've taken the South Africa to court. Can we also follow on that tangent?
Yes, that's very right. That's what I'm saying, that we can, that is part of the diplomatic ways or diplomatic relations in dealing with these things. Yes, you can also go to the court to also make your claim, and let's see if the court decides to impose certain sanctions, certain order, order of restraint, gagging them in terms of putting some sanctions on South Africa. If they are not able to resolve this within a certain span, that should be from the courts. But as a nation or as a country, we as a government shouldn't rather be the one to be doing these things. Let us allow, if you want to take it in terms of legal routes, fine. If you want to take it diplomacy route, fine. Continue the conversation, fine. But imposing sanctions and all that, it should come from a legal stance, so that I don't think they'll have a say, or they'll have a choice to also make their claim. So once they go to the court, they also bring representatives, right? Perhaps how we are even looking at the picture may not even be the same way they are. That is happening because we are not even on grounds. We are also receiving reports from there, and we might not know how far the government has also gone to help in what they call salvaging this situation. But usually just like even in friendship and whatnot, you just hear something, someone has said something, or you've just seen something, you've not even give the person a hearsay. They say, oh, I'm imposing sanctions on your businesses over here, I'm locking all your businesses down, I'm not going to renew all your licenses. That would be too harsh of the issue. So once you are able to bring them home, you understand, our Ghanaians, you have protected one side of the deal. Now the other deal is also seeing how you work with the South African leadership to be able to also tame DS, so that they also understand that it is a two-way situation. Whilst we are protecting ours and whatnot, you need to also show us some kind of assurance, some kind of actions, because we are doing our part, and all this is coming at a cost to us. And so for that matter, we need to also see that you're also bearing some cost in making sure that this issue comes to an end as well.
Right. Now they are trying to tweak this whole issue, but they are investigating into the matter to make it look as if Ghanaians entered the country illegally. Whereas according to reports, about 80% were documented before going into the country.
That's true.
Now that is the tweak the South African.
I think the foreign minister also said, Honorable Kunyeta Plakwa said that as it stands now, all Ghanaians that were caught up in prison as a result of supposed visa irregularities, he said they have all been released, and so there is no Ghanaian as we speak.
Yeah, 26 Ghanaians were detained.
Yes, so there is no Ghanaian in prison as a result of visa irregularities. But one thing that is clear is that it means that the South Africans need to know that you don't have the right to put the law into your own hands. Regardless,
if that is the case, so why didn't they allow
the law to take its
institutions responsible for this, if it is their immigration, to handle it?
Exactly. So they need to also allow the law to take its course, because at the end of the day, if we all want to take the law into our own hands, it will get messy. So for that matter, we need to urge the South African brothers, and we need to urge their leadership to continue to sensitize their people to make sure that the law must not be taken for granted. If their immigration officers are there, they are responsible for making sure that they check foreigners who have entered the country legally. But if we start that kind of behavior over here, there will not be any foreigner in this country.
Oh yes, because we have a lot of them.
We have a lot of foreigners.
When you go to Circle, you have a lot of foreigners
everywhere, but
doing Ghanaian businesses.
And
we are not sacking them.
Not even doing Ghana. They don't even need to do Ghanaian business. They come here, chill, party, and go. You don't know whether they are here illegally or illegally. Yes, we are not saying the immigration officers are not doing their job. Yes, Ghana Immigration Service, you are doing your part. But then you are not a perfect institution anyway. You've not done the work 100%. You cannot mark yourself 100%. So the small, 1% or 10% that is left. If you are going to look into it, many of the foreigners will not be able to stay in Ghana here. You understand? And we are not even taking the laws into our own hands. No one is. The way the Ghanaian is, I don't know. God is so wonderful. How He is able to create Ghanaians to be so peaceful and loving people. Very, very caring, regardless of our nature or whatever. People hardly take the law into their own hands in going against, let's say, look at even, I think, Kumasi or something like this petty trading, where foreigners, according to the law, are not supposed to engage in retail businesses, but they are doing it. They are doing it, and the best our citizens do is what? They demonstrate, they protest. And we see it every year here and then. We see, what do you call it? Kumasi retail, what do you call it? Workers are going on demonstration, they are going on a strike, they are going on. Yes, those are the lawful means you can go on in making sure that you express your dissatisfaction towards a certain, what do you call it, issue. But going to the extent of taking the law into your own hands and going physically, attacking the people, as if that will be the solution to the problem. It's a no-no. It's a no-no. So we should, our brothers should go beyond that kind of limit. I mean, it's too what do you call it? Undiplomatic on their part to want to express their, I mean, dissatisfaction towards issues by going physically with people. I don't think it's right. So I don't think we need to urge them that the same way we have respected their citizens in Ghana here, the same way we've not maltreated Ghanaians, what do you call it, foreigners in this country, the same courtesy should be expressed to us as well. It's very, very simple and it's very easy to do. That sometimes when you see a crime going on, we have robbery going on, Ghanaians don't take the matters into their own hands. They witness it, they wait for the police to come and investigate their matter. So I think we need to allow the authorities to take, I mean, these kind of things. And this is from going physical. It's so bad. When I watch the hairdresser, it's so disgusting to say the least. We don't do that.
Hairdresser.
Even
not a banker.
Beyond even imagine it, even beyond the skin color, beyond the orange, the person is even a human being first. Your fellow human being, how would you feel if they were doing the same thing to you at that moment that you are attacking someone? If someone was attacking you in that manner, how would you feel? You definitely feel bad. Or if you have a brother, if you have a sister, how would you feel? Well, so yesterday someone was even using this kind of proverb that a madman in the market, what do you call it? A mad person in the market dancing will look funny to you if the person is not your relative or if the person is not your brother. But if the person is your relative, you will feel sad.
Yeah,
you
will.
This is one of my own. And so for that matter, they need to realize that we are one African. We need to come together. We are trying to consolidate our gains so that our over-reliance on these European countries, our reliance on the white man for our survival, for infrastructure, for railway development, for education, it will be minimal. So that at least we'll be confident in ourselves as Africans. But I don't know, if we continue to fight each other, we are trying to send signal to the white man, like the president of the United States can listen and tell us that you people are fighting, I'm coming to take over, and we are all going to sit there and watch them come to take over our country. So I think this is a no-no, and the South Africans need to put a stop to it. This should be the limit, and I think that going forward, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his leadership will indeed have subsequent, I mean, kind of engagement. So that we see that our Ghanaians are protected abroad as well.
Are protected as well. Right. We are just hoping that this is going to be the last xenophobic attack we ever experience as a country. And we are so grateful to the government and also grateful to God that our people have landed. First batch of the people have landed, and I believe there are more to come as well. And to the South African government and to the South African people, please, you can do better. Thank you so much, Mr. Bryman. This is still the Ghana Talks Breakfast Show. We are streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, and also on X at Ghana Talks Radio. Do all to log on, send in your comments. Let's get interactive right here on the show. Now, that was just by the way, but it was very interesting, and that was a good way to open up the morning show. Now, we are going to be delving into our main topic for discussion this morning, and as part of the topic, there's been calls for open party primaries to all members. And just yesterday, we saw that the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General, Justice Ramsay, has agreed to this particular sue, or let me say petition, that has been brought up. So calls for open party primaries to all members have come up again. And this is a case before the Supreme Court seeking to abolish the long-standing delegate system used by major political parties. And the case has been described as a one-member, one-vote challenge. And it argues that it's restricting internal elections to selected delegates and undermine democratic participation and disenfranchises ordinary party members. And the suit was filed by political figures including Kwabena Frimpong Boateng, Nyao Nyao Tamaklo, and also Christine Amwako against the New Patriotic Party, the National Democratic Congress, the Electoral Commission of Ghana, and the Attorney General. And the plaintiff contend that the delegates-based system violates provisions of Ghana's 1992 Constitution, especially Article 55 Clause 5, which requires political parties to conform to democratic principles. And in a major development, we've seen the Attorney General's Department backing the case and arguing before the Supreme Court that all registered party members in good standing should be allowed to vote directly in presidential and parliamentary primaries. And they've described the matter as the most consequential constitutional case right here in Ghana. So if the courts moves in favor of the case or the suit that has been brought up to them, that means that these political parties, all political parties, will have to amend their constitution to make it open for all members to vote, but not just as selected people. And quoting from Dr. Justin Srimsa, he said that the political party is not a private club or, let's say, a group that you allow just a number of people to vote. It should be open. That is democracy as well. Let me vote for the person that I think is deemed fit for that particular position. So these are the issues on ground this morning. Brima,
yes.
What do you think? Do you agree with it?
I do agree with Justice Remsai, and I do side with the petitions that have also been sent, because I don't think we need to crack down on one, corruption. Internal politics, what do you call it? Monetization of our politics. And you see, once we are able to make it an open forum or fora for members of all the, what do you call it, of members of the political party to elect, especially their flag bearer and their, what do you call it, internal primaries, is going to be a very, very fair game to me. That's how I'm seeing it, because it will be very difficult to induce people to vote for you if you
if you allow the masses to vote.
Yes, to come. You cannot bribe everyone
or not.
Even national elections, although some kind of this, but it's very, very difficult. It's going to make it very difficult for people to continue on that tangent. And so for that matter, you see, there's no perfect system. We all agree that it may not be the perfect way to reduce this corruption drastically, but at least it may bring to a minimal level where we will now be looking at competence over monetization, competence over who has the lion's share, competence over who has the money to influence people. But the delegates like this, excuse my language, they all care about their stomach. Many of them don't care about who is going to lead the party. And so for that matter, they just go to elect just anybody who would then come and stand in front of us. And in the likely event, the person gets into the official, position as President of the Republic of Ghana or a certain position, we are going to bear the consequences of those, let me say, what they call irresponsible behavior of the voters who were induced by way of money, whatever. We see how the materialistic things over who can actually do the work. You understand? So if the law indeed will be able to side with this petition, if this petition goes through, it's a win for all of us. Because we are in the 21st century, we are in a civilization state as we speak, and we are in a certain environment right now that people are not looking at intellectuality. People are looking at good governance. People are looking at development. Many people are living on the minimum wage bill of a day, what every person must even get as a Ghanaian worker, as a business person. So many things are affecting them. And so for that matter, people are very much awake and aware of governance at the moment. And so for that matter, we must take the issue forward to them and make sure that each and every one has a say in one, who leads your party at the constituency level, who leads the party at the regional level, and who leads the party at the national level. Very, very important, because at the end of the day, they will no longer go and sit and blame a politician. You blame your thumbprint. You are going to now to be responsible. Because when you look at our population, just a little over 7 million people of us vote. A population of 30 million people and we have just little over about 7 million or 50 million people who go and vote, half of the population, which is very, very bad in my view, because we need to have participation in, because it's very, very critical.
Yeah.
These are people that we are going to elect, hand over our resources to, hand over our thinking capacity to. You understand? We are going to hand over everything into their own hands, both home and abroad. Because we, in times past, we have elected leaders who have also given appointments. If the person you elect does not have that mental capacity, if the person you elect does not know the job, he is going to also appoint people who do not know the job. And so for the last 8 years, we have experienced some of those things as well. And we cannot continue that way. Because if things go bad, we are going after the person we have elected.
Yeah.
The appointees, are just tools to work for you. And so for that matter, if we don't elect good leaders, we are going to suffer the consequences for it. And so for that matter, electing good leaders should not be based on a select few. Should not be based on just the elite or by whatever representation or by whatever, requirement that they use to select. It should be open to all. Once you meet the constitutional requirement of 18 years and above and of sound mind, he or she should be given an opportunity and has joined a political party. He or she should have a say on who becomes his leader at every stage or every level of the structure of the political party. Because I don't know, you elect people who go and appoint people, and they'll come and tell you that I want to do a deal, I wasn't thinking right. In this country, we had a health minister. Tell us, do you know when COVID came, the consequences of it, the impact on this country, and for a whole sitting minister to go and tell us that he was doing a deal and he wasn't thinking right? Those are, that is just a one out of a billion reasons why we need equal participation. We need all hands on deck in electing leaders. Because for such a sensitive deal as in acquiring vaccines for people, then we get a health minister in charge of our health ministry, making sure that the well-being of the over 30 million people are safe and secured. To go and sit at a deal and tell us that he wasn't thinking right, we have failed as a country. And that should never be our hallmark going forward.
Our hallmark going forward.
And so I agree with the petition. I'm 100% for it. Our party stance is not yet known. So I cannot, as it now, say that my party has said this as it were. But we have one of our legal brains, the deputy, Attorney General, also backing it. And so I am inclined to believe that the whole party structure and the party, will come and the government will support this. So that things will be very easy for all of us, that we are going to have equal representation. We are going to have equal say. Every Ghanaian who has joined a political party, and we need to urge every Ghanaian. People are afraid to join political parties.
Why?
Some people are afraid because of victimization, because of our culture, our behavior. Some people, when they see you wearing a certain political party shirt, and it's like you are a Satan to them. And it's like, you're not friends. Look at my brother, we are very good friends. On my elections on Tuesday, he came around. I don't know who he came to support, but he came around. We saw each other, we met, we greeted each other. Being a political party, it's like being a religion. You are a Christian, you're a Muslim. It doesn't make us enemies. The fact that I communicate for my party doesn't even make me superior or less than him or more than him, whichever one you want to even take it. So people are afraid because, when there's a change of party, government, you may suffer victimization, you may suffer whatever. But we need to encourage people to join political parties. Be proud of it. Accept that your job or your work does not allow you, that there's civil societies and
or even your religion.
Or your religion
does not allow you to join
political parties.
Yeah.
Or when we look at, these civil and local government workers, they're not supposed to participate in, politics. But then politics is very, very important, very critical to the well-being of every Ghanaian and every citizen, and goes directly to affect how our development as a nation would go. Because we need to really make sure we make politicians accountable, hold them accountable for their deeds and misdeeds. And so for that matter, we need to make it very difficult for them to use money or whatever to induce people in choosing who should lead this country. And so for that matter, I am very hopeful that the president that I know, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will indeed also come out to have his stance and back this petition so that every Ghanaian at whatever stage you are, once you belong to a political party, you'll be able to have a say on who represents your party. And once it's open, it will make it very difficult. We don't say to eradicate it drastically, but at least it will reduce it to a certain level where, I mean, internal politicking, corruption, monetization will come down so that we'll have a fair play and have good representation going forward.
Right. If I heard you right, did you mention the president going to back this? Shouldn't that be the responsibility of the leaders of the
president can have
party?
his opinion on it,
Oh,
what
okay.
he thinks about it, because he himself is a political party that has sent him to that office as well.
Right.
So he cannot, as it were, pretend as if he doesn't know that this will do us. I mean, looking at largely, collectively, in terms of democracy as a whole, it's going to help our democracy. It's going to bring healthy competition. Because me, as a young guy growing up, it will now tell me that I don't need some billions or millions of money to go and contest for an election. Even from student politics to we know the amount of money people invest going for SRC, even common JCR position, common hall level, common department, how people need to invest and whatnot. And we need to gradually kind of, eradicate that kind of monetization in our politics. And it needs to start from the top. Once they serve as role model, and once those who have gotten that position back these things, the young ones growing up, our minds are now going to be put in a way that we will be mindful that money can no longer do the bidding for us. It's about how competent and how relevant and how experienced or how you're able to sell yourself, sell your message to the people that indeed you can do the job once given the opportunity. And so for that matter, I will be very happy to hear the president back this petition to also agree that indeed we need to open we need to abolish the delegate system and open it for all members of the political party to elect leaders at any level.
Right. Thank you so much, Mr. Brima. We have Mr. Enoch Ake joining us right here in the studios. Good morning to you, Mr. Enoch. Can you get closer to the microphone?
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm fine. You were late today too.
No.
Today you're not late.
No.
Are you sure?
I was not. He said that my brother decided to come in.
Oh. All right. So we are already on the issue. Do you agree with the petitioners?
Okay. Thank you very much. Before that, I think it is important that once I am sitting on air, I greet my party people, Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, the next president of Ghana, and Hajia Samira Bawumia. And let me greet my brother Alex. Yes, he's going for assistant secretary. He's going for assistant secretary in what is the constituency? I've forgotten, but he's going for assistant secretary. A very vibrant young guy. My days of NASPA, he did extremely well, and I believe that he can do the work. So the good people in his constituency, which is MPP, should give him the nod to lead them. Now back to the issue at hand. I think I heard my brother trying to explain. This thing didn't come now.
Yeah.
Yes, they wanted to use it for, I think, Dr. Baumia's election, but I think it failed. So now NDC is deciding to back it.
When you say it failed, how did it fail? Is it that the Supreme Court quashed the case? Or?
Oh no, they've not even yet.
So
what I was saying is that before the MPP flag bearership election, then we had the likes of Tamaklo and Professor Boateng and the likes with their lawyer Oliver Vakabomawo deciding to go to court that the Supreme Court should quash the delegate system in political parties. For me, whatever they are saying, sorry to say, but it makes no sense.
Why?
Because if you should go back and trace political parties, their history, with their constitution and then the 1992 constitution, you find out that I do not totally understand their point. You see, the constitution has made a provision that any other law that you make that contravenes the 1992 constitution is void. So do you believe that if the party's constitution, there is a portion that contravenes the 1992 constitution, it will not be expunged long time? It will not still be there. Again, we are talking about democratic principles. Now, let me take you back to MPP's system of election, delegate system, and then at the end, if you can bear with me that whatever that is happening within the NPP, I cannot speak for the NDC, if it is not democratic. One, before you can become a delegate in the NPP, which is the delegate, grassroots, from that grassroots level, you have to be a member in good standing. You have to be a member.
And if you say in good standing,
a member in good standing means that a member who attends meeting, a member who pays dues, and then that member can qualify to stand for election or may have the opportunity to do what? Vote. So when you come to my polling station, where currently I am a polling station communication officer, where I stood for election, I paid my dues. The members over there in my polling station were members of good standing, voted. We organized an election and voted, and I won as a polling station communication officer. So I am now a delegate. So tomorrow, if we are having an election where we are electing a flag bearer, and then as a delegate whom my polling station members have voted for me, I have the right to go and vote. Why are you saying we should cancel it and then we should open it for every member? The members have decided who should lead the party at that polling station.
So what about the rest of the masses?
Aside the polling station, then we move on to electoral area. So now, the polling station people you voted for, who are now the delegates, will have the opportunity to elect. First it was 1, now we've expanded it to 5 electoral area, which is the chairman, secretary, electoral affairs, communication. Then the electoral area stand for the election. Then we vote for this electoral area people, now which is the polling station who are members in good standing, who have then been voted by grassroots people. After electoral area, we have constituency executives, the whole constituency. Now, the constituency executive, it is the delegate who have been voted at the polling station, and then the electoral area executive that join and then vote to elect the constituency executive. Now, this same constituency executive again would then have the opportunity to elect regional executives of the party. This constituency executive who have been voted for by the polling station and electoral executive now go and vote for region.
It's a long hierarchy.
Then region, and then constituency executive, the whole Ghana constituency executive, and then the regional executive join and vote for national executive. Why is what you are saying that it doesn't look nice? Then we should take it out and then bring a system that gives opportunity to all. Democracy is about representation. We represent. That is why you cannot stand anywhere and say that anybody was just handpicked from anywhere just to become a polling station executive. It is the people you are praying for to come and elect. You want to open up the system.
So these selected people vote on behalf of the masses.
Yes.
So what
the
if that is
masses
not
vote for them? To represent, to vote for them. I don't know if you are getting me.
So I voted for the executives.
The masses vote for the polling station executive to represent them. So myself staying at maybe Awudome, there is a polling station maybe around the cemetery. All NPP members in that enclave will vote for, I think, 5 people to become the polling station executive to represent them. So there is a voting down there. So now they become delegates and then they represent the party when we are going for flag bearership election. They vote, so not everybody. So there is no way.
So the 5 people that the masses invest their power into are the ones going to vote for the flag.
Yes.
So what if you are in support personally. You are in support of that flag bearer, and I have invested my votes in you, or let me say my authority. I am not in support of that.
Then we all go and sit in Parliament
Then
House.
what happens?
Then
So I think this is why they want everyone to be involved in the
voting. Then we should take away Parliament so that we all, the 35 million Ghanaians, should go and sit in Parliament House. If you
but
do not,
we vote for parliamentarians as well.
Why do we vote for parliamentarians?
To represent our constituencies.
So why can't we allow the grassroots people to also vote for polling stations, to also represent them? For that we have a problem. So you see, what we are saying is that whatever that is happening within, I'm speaking for my political party, NPP, it is constitutional, it is a fair representation, the people are represented at every level. It is the grassroots that have given a group of people the opportunity to represent them, and they are members in good standing. And then the argument that it will take out corruption and monetization, you are rather opening it up for that politician to find big money. Look at your election in 2024, your election in 2020, your election in 2016, your election in 2012. Tell me that there was no monetization in that election. Tell me if there was no monetization. And then even with just this delegate, they are able to find wealth to give them. How much more we are opening up the system to everybody? You think they will not get the money to go and give everybody? Don't sit here and presume for them. What I am saying is that when you open up the system and that you say all NDC members in good standing should vote, and then we get a compiled list of all NDC members, I'm telling you that anybody contesting for flag bearer who wants to win will find ways and means to get to them to vote for them.
And you'll be able to finance all these thousands of people.
We are financing a whole Ghana. When you are going for 2024, don't you hear that they are sharing Maggie, Kobe, 20 cities, 50 cities? And you think that just a session of a political party, they cannot fund them to elect them to become flag bearers? Again, I understand perfectly all this that the NDC is currently backing them is to gag the chairman Esiedun Ketia. Oh, let's be real. This is politics. A section of the NDC group have seen that if they leave this election bare, the chairman general Esiedun Ketia will beat anybody that comes, and nobody will come close to him when it goes to delegate election. They know that if you should open up just like MPP the delegate election, there is no single body in NDC who can beat Johnson Esiedun Ketia. That is why some of them
contenders for the flag bearers.
Yes, they know if they go for a delegate election, none of them can beat him.
But has the chairman announced that he wants to be a flag bearer?
Why are you waiting for the chairman to announce?
No, but
so what I'm saying is that is why,
because as it stands now, we are only assuming.
You can assume. That is why a session of them have decided that let's go and support whatever these people are doing, so that we open it up so that all NDC members in good standing will vote, because they know that when they open it up to all NDC members in good standing, now they are in power, cash their body. Aside that too, some of them are in the good books of NDC. But when we talk about NDC delegates who will be voting, they know. My brother here knows, unless he's not supporting General Esiedun, they know that he has the grassroots. He has, how do you call it? The delegates are on his side. Look at his store he's going. Thank you, To. Look how they are getting close to him. The MMDCs, how do you call it? The constituency executive. So this is just to gag my chairman Esiedun Ketia. But you know something, he is not going to let some of these things move him aside. What we are saying is that this thing, one, has no meaning. Two, is unrealistic. It cannot cure your monetization in your politics. It will not take away corruption. You rather give the politician the opportunity to loot more so that he can pay more. That is it.
But they cited an article 42, that every citizen is guaranteed to vote as long as you are 18 years or older than 18 years, who is of sound mind, and the fundamental right to vote and entitlement to be registered as a voter for all public election and referenda. Is that not a public election? Voting for flag bearer and or
yes,
primaries?
And the same constitution gives political parties the opportunity to also come up with their own constitution. And I've been saying this, the constitution of these political parties does not contravene the 1992 constitution. A political party may decide on how they will want to conduct their internal elections, but it should not contravene what the 1992 constitution says. I don't know if you are getting me. So let's say MPP is conducting polling station elections, and then someone does a fly, the person is 10 years old. For that, you and I clearly can know that that does not conform to the 1992 constitution. But as old as I am, doing my flyer, going for my polling station election, I am over 18, the constitution mandates me. And then my people in my polling station have given me that power to represent them as the communication officer for that polling station. I am their rep. My chairman is there, my secretary is there, my research and electoral affairs coordinator is there. Together we are representing that. So what we are saying is that that group of people in my polling station, we are given the opportunity to elect people to represent them. So we are representing them. So it is just like they voting. That is why we say we all cannot go to parliament. But through our voting, our voices are heard. So when they go to parliament, you will see that my MP will speak. Maybe he might not speak my mind, but he will speak what the people want to hear, because we use our time to vote for him, so he speaks for us. So it is just like my grassroots people you are fighting for, that every member should vote. That member has given that his right by voting for me to also speak through him to elect a flag bearer for our internal party. And that is internal party affairs. This is very simple and clear. And let me tell you, this will not cure any monetization in any politics. You will give the politician the opportunity to loot more, to pay more.
Right. You mentioned that the that act does not contravene the 1992 constitution. So if they were to argue this in court, how would they argue it in order for the for this to run in their favor?
I do not know whatever they want to go and argue in court. I am not on their side. I am only saying, I saw lawyer Oliver Vakabo writing that it is only MPP that is not in support. NDC is supporting, CPP is supporting, Nyautamaklo, and then the likes who have then gone to court. So I do not know how they are going to argue this in court. But what I'm saying is that the Supreme Court, the learned Supreme Court, I trust and believe that they will never make a decision that will leave the people sitting at the back to be overthinking, because this is an internal party issue.
So that means
on
that
how we want to elect our people. We are not, this is not the Hogan. That is why EC was part of.
Yes, EC is part.
EC decided to stay back, that any decision that will come, they will take it, because EC cannot decide for MPP on how we should conduct our internal election.
Neither any of the
political parties.
So if this should go in their favor, that means that the political parties will have to amend their constitution.
We will go back and appeal. We do not want to get there. We don't know how it will go. But what I'm saying is that for any person who, yesterday I was listening to quite a number of the discussions with regards to this, and fantastic submissions by people. When you listen to some of those who are for, those who are against, when you listen to both of them, they are nice arguments. But for me and my position, I believe that the internal contest in my party is democratic. There is fair representation, because if there is, the only reason why I will only accept is that we get up and then we do not give the people you are fighting for the opportunity to elect people. For that, I will have an issue. Then the party will just get up and say, Kofi Ama, you are representing Mami, you are representing that polling station, without giving the member. That is why, you know what we did first? We open up for membership registration. So now members come to register, then they become members in good standing. You pay your dues. So that members you are fighting for have come to register, written their name, pay their dues. And then that member is not denied the opportunity to come and vie for position. Once you register and become a member of that MPP, during that period you open that 1 month, you have that opportunity to come and contest in Okake for communication if you feel you want to vie. So if you did not come, for that is your own destiny. But when we open it up and then we put our ballot boxes, and people came. The people you are fighting for, they came to vote. I want Kofi to be the chairman. I want Ama to be the secretary. So there is a fair representation. We gave them the opportunity to elect.
Right.
That is why they elected us as police station executives.
Right.
So there is fair representation. Whatever they are saying does not make any sense to me.
Right, Mr. Brima. So it's like I've invested power into you to vote for somebody. I like you, not in terms of, but I like how you work, and I believe you have the capabilities. Whereas you're also going to vote for somebody else, and the person you are going to vote for, I, the one that has invested the power in you, think that the person you are going to choose for us, there's a bit of a problem, of which Ake thinks that is unconstitutional.
I think that he has made a very good point, and it is true that indeed, even in the NDC as well, we all go through this process of representation at the level. But the issue has to do with one issue about electing that flag bearer to represent that political party, which is not just any other position. It is about bringing someone for the whole country to decide for you as a political party if he is fit to lead the whole country. So at the end of the day, you are looking at that kind of importance, significance attached to that particular election specifically. No disrespect to the other level of leadership, whether constituency level, regional level, police station level, what. No disrespect to them. That they may not have the mental fortitude or capacity to be able to elect a good person. No disrespect to them. But we are looking at attaching so much importance because this person is going to be the commander-in-chief. The one that, like the former president said, the buck stops with him. He's the ultimate decider of everything. And so for that matter, for that particular one, that is what we are, and like you said, it's not in contravention with the constitution, not at all. But we need to get to a level where we are not just going to regulate how political parties do their things, but whatever they do not forget, directly or indirectly affect the nation at large.
Yeah.
Because if you bring us someone who has no mental capacity, I agree, they will always get the money to fund anyway. They will always get the money. But always, they will always
in
get
as much as...
Yes, the numbers, whether few, many, open, close, they always get the money. But we need to also, as a nation, come to a point where we are making certain things less, we are making certain things distasteful for some people to engage in. If in that case, then we will say the fight against corruption, the special prosecutor, those offices, the crime officer, they are all useless because crime has always been there.
Yeah.
Corruption has always been there. But we have still created institutions. Your party still brought special prosecutor, knowing very well that Okosoba form, corruption will not stop. Should we say that Okosoba form, politicians will always pay, so we should allow the system to always be like that? We need to send some signals to even the people coming up that politics goes beyond monetization. Politics goes beyond just being able to remove money. Politics should be about, like you said, I agree, representation. But representation, more importantly, there are importance attached to each level of representation. Every position is not every position. I'm going to position be a position. Any position be a position. Some positions are very sensitive to an extent that we need to be very careful in who we bring to sit at that position. Because that person is going to, with the stroke of his pen, is going to give us someone who will not be able to think right in making decisions. The ordinary Ghanaian at home thinking that his minister is going to make a decision of acquiring a vaccine for him will come and suffer the consequences of someone's mental incapacity or his inability to make decisions. As for gagging delegates and whatever, as it stands now, the NDC is focused on making sure that we bring development to the people. We have been given a 4-year mandate. That is what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC is focused on. People going on their thank you tour as the national chairman, Have you heard some before?
By hearing from Mr. Dafiamepo yesterday in an interview at Joy, he mentioned that there have been complaints that the after winning power, it's like
we desert them.
They've disconnected themselves from the grassroots.
Yes,
so
we desert them.
it's Dims's right for the chairman.
At the end of the day,
but he's part of the party, isn't it? So don't you think it's right enough?
At the end of the day, the NDC has no open nominations for any flag bearership.
And you already fight yourself.
You see, it is normal. Why? What haven't you experienced? We start here. You did a down bottom approach. A bottom top approach.
Bottom to top.
In what do you call however it was, right? Opposite of whatever you used to do, because you knew what you wanted. You gagged people. You set up super delegates, whatever, to make sure that some people do not even get the opportunity. Super delegates, where was it in your constitution? Did you ever have super delegates conference before the one you did? No, I'm asking you.
Of course.
Did you ever? You did everything to make sure that you supported one candidate and brought him and he suffered abysmal loss. It's not my problem. But me fear them nobody. But me means we do fear them. So at the end of the day, we need to be focused as the party that until there is open nomination for filing for flag bearership race, we do not have a flag bearer. We have a country to govern. We have a
chairman is going on.
We have a system. And a chairman, he's doing his own business as a national chairman. He has a duty to perform.
Was he the flag bearer?
And that is what
Ghanaians vote for him.
And that is what he's doing. He's
Was
going to
his
thank
face on the
thanking
ballot
the party people.
How?
Who came all out for us, assuring them the president is focused on governing the country.
President
the national chairman is focused on going and a thank you
chairman
tour.
is also going on thank you
And so for that matter, do you fear them? Do you fear them? Have you ever seen people who have gone to you have a system which you are supposed to follow? You know very well that if you allow election of your constituency, regional or whatever, you will not be able to get your preferred flag bearer to lead you in 2028 election. Meanwhile, you see, what you people did, you are telling me it doesn't make sense. What you people did, was that sense in what you people did in making sure that the same people who elected your flag bearer into an abysmal defeat are the same people who said they should vote again. Are the same people who said should vote again. Oh. Apart from those who died and they couldn't participate, it would have assumed that they are the same people that were going to elect him again. And isn't it even a shame that as a party who has suffered that kind of huge defeats, in less than 1 year, you are in a hurry to elect a flag bearer. You will not even sit down to what do you call assess yourself. What could have been you have brought a report, only Bawumia saw it. Okay, in the report say he didn't see it. Brother Jamal said he didn't see the report of your electoral defeat. No one has even seen it. Apart from Bawumia, he's the one that went around telling us that it was because of arrogance, it was because of that you people lost. None of the aspirants even saw it. You make sure that you put a whole machinery and make sure you bring who you want. That's fair. 2028, the people will judge. And our performance of this, our 4-year mandate, will determine if indeed they would want to go back to the reasons whether people have even learned enough lessons that you have left, you have lost an electoral defeat. You couldn't even sit down to even put yourselves together, and whatever, and all you thought about was coming into power just after you have suffered defeats. You didn't sit down to assess yourself. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is focused on making sure that he delivers.
Right.
And so for that matter, the evidence are clear and everyone to see. And so for that matter, for this petition, for some of us that sit here, our political party position is not yet clear.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we are going to make sure that these, what do you call it, the petition should go through. Whatever the court decides, or whatever the imposition, or whatever the order it brings out, we know it will be for the good of this country. And so for that matter, for some of us, we support it. And some of us are also good to say you don't support it. Why? Because many things are part of it. And so for that matter, you see, we cannot have a perfect system always. But we need to, as a country, get to a point where we make certain things get to a point where they are not attractive any longer, as it were. Because if you continue to allow the space open up, that they'll always find money. There'll always be corruption. Then there's no need for police because there'll always be thievery.
Right. From your submission, you've stated clearly that even if it's open for all, wherever the politicians are going to pass to induce, they are still going to induce. It's still going to be monetized. We've been practicing this for over a decade, for years now. What could have actually triggered for these people to send this petition now?
You see, forget what my brother was saying about they want to gag anyone delegates. They don't want no one wants any delegates to guard anyone's presidential ambition. Johnson Asidi Nketiah is a well-known person in the NDC and Ghana at large. You understand? If Jan represents our party today, he will beat Baumia flat, hands down. He stands no chance at winning against anyone that the NDC decides to bring. With the names that we are hearing, because there's no open nomination for them. But I'm saying that we are hearing names, of course, because at the end of the day, it is normal that a certain president term is coming to an end, and he is no longer eligible to contest, which is normal for every political party to start bringing up names. So forget about it. Those are the personal decisions of them. The likes of Nyota Maklo, they've abandoned their founding father. They say he's no longer their founding father. He's the one going to do his own personal. Those are the personal decisions.
Right.
Why at this time I cannot see.
Right.
But I don't know. We need to support it.
All right. Thank you so much, Brahma. What could have triggered this?
You may decide to say whatever you want to say. My brother sat here and we did everything for one person to go into an election.
I'm not the one saying.
You have a fire stoking in your party, where your party chairman, with all his wisdom and knowledge, decided to go to the Astute Haruna Idrisu's constituency and tell the people that he had to take Haruna Idrisu and the other guy, which is Honorable Muntaka, out. If not them that he took them out, you guys wouldn't have won 2024 election.
Context.
The party chairman could have said this. He said this. And then your education minister Haruna Idrisu comes out to just within 1 minute destroy the whole tour. Chairman Esedun Nketiah has done, calling the tour a curtain raiser and disregarding the tour that the chairman general is doing. It clearly tells you that whatever is going on in your party, there are some people who are not happy with the tour the chairman is doing. A flag bearer has gone for his election. He has won. He is now the president. And then another person who was not on the ballot paper has decided that no, I will go on a thank you tour on behalf of the flag bearer who is now the president. How does this sit down well with you? If not for personal interest, but we'll not go there. What I'm telling you is that the reason why NDC today has gone to support whatever Nyota Maklo and those likes and those bitter souls are doing there with regards to whatever they want to do is because they have seen that Johnson Esedun Nketiah on any day when they go for a delegate election on who should become the flag bearer will beat anybody that comes close to him. That is why they are pushing now that they open up the system so that every NDC member of good standing will be able to vote. Are you not crapping or gagging things up against the chairman general? Then you sit there and want to talk about MPP.
I am telling you.
What I am saying is that one, whatever they are doing there does not make any meaning to me. My party's constitution is democratic. Our internal contest from polling station to the last hierarchy, which is flag bearership election, is democratic. There is fair representation. The people are represented. Whatever they are saying does not make any meaning to me. And there is no way that the new thing they are proposing will clear monetization or corruption. It will rather, in my opinion, it will rather give these politicians the opportunity to loot more, to be able to pay more. That is it, as simple as that.
So it's going to increase corruption.
It's not going to increase any corruption anyway. But at the end of the day, my brother has been contradicting.
Let me ask a follow-up question, then I come to you. But looking at the system, they name it one member, one vote. Is it indeed reflecting a democratic system, participation within our votes?
Asking me is supporting.
No, I'm asking you since you mentioned that you are against it.
I'm not okay. I have already explained to you.
Yeah.
Members in good standing.
Is it democratic enough?
Of course, it's very democratic. Fair representation. The people are represented fairly. That is what I'm saying. Then we all have to leave here and go and sit in parliament out so that we can all speak. If we are talking about representation, that the way we get people to go and sit in parliament is not nice, then we should all stop electing people to parliament so that the whole constituency, 35 million at parliament. Speaker, my issue now, because you want to speak for your. That is how it is. So we have elected people to elect people for us.
But all members are expected to campaign for that particular flag bearer, but are not supposed
at the
to
end.
vote.
Yes, we are all expected to come together.
Is that even fair?
Very, very fair.
Because that's
you want me to campaign, but you don't want me to vote.
And that's the point. But that you see, that's the point I'm making to him is that we are looking at the importance of that political position as well, that flag bearer position, because if we just want to treat it just like any other position, would you compare MPship, would you compare where you'll be losing the point where some of us are supporting that looking at.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Because MPship, yes, we understand.
Majority carries the vote for
and even the MP, exactly, even that one, when it comes to crucial decision making, when it comes to expressing the concerns of, but when it comes to decision making, you see that one, you need to even go for majority carries the vote to test because of how we look at those. But I don't know, the flag bearership is very, very important. So for some of us, we hope that it goes through. The Supreme Court gives us a reasonable outcome, one that is in conformity with the law. And we know today, with the resetting agenda, there is so much confidence in the Supreme Court,
right?
Unlike the other one. And so for that matter, people are ready to accept the outcome. And so for that matter, we have a judiciary that is ready to make sure that the law works for everyone. And I mean, we are able to make sure that we represent the view of what the law says and how it's going to be implemented the way going forward. And so for now, we call on our brothers. I mean, if Oliver is saying that the NPP is not supporting it, because one breath you are saying that the NDC we are supporting it, one breath you say chairman, we are trying to gag our chairman. So
yes.
And what? So who is supporting the team?
You
say NDC is supporting it.
NDC
you are saying our chairman said
supporting chairman.
My brother,
are supporting
you stated that the man said NDC. NDC is a party. I said is an individual head of the party. You are telling me that.
Stop that.
You are telling me that we are trying to gag our chairman.
Right.
I am here. I am telling you that if those the names that are coming up, if Jan files nomination, he will win.
Right.
He will win internally. He will win nationally.
And right.
Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Whether they open it or delegate, Jan will win. Now we are trying to bring someone. You listen on. We are trying to bring someone, and you are telling me that if they open it, Jan may not succeed. How do you tell me? Jan now will go for national election, where both political parties, NPP, NDC, will go and vote at a national election. You are telling me that say, what do you call it? Yeah, expanded delegate. How?
Right.
Then you do not get whatever I'm saying.
What you are saying is that we are trying to make it for every
when you
member.
open it for all NDC members to vote, there are other contenders, of which every NDC member has a soft spot for whoever they want to vote for.
And I'm telling you that Jan will win.
So and I'm telling you, if you are supporting Jan, you should never be in support of this, because it is just a selected few who want to do this to gag my chairman and your chairman. If you are supporting chairman,
all right.
You do not sit here and
thank you, gentlemen. This is still the Ghana Talks breakfast show. We are streaming live on Facebook at Ghana Talks Radio, on YouTube at Ghana Talks Radio, and also on X at Ghana Talks Radio. What do you also think? Are you in support that it should be open for all members of a particular political party should be involved in the voting system, or just a selected few number of people should be selected to vote? What do you also think? Send in your comments in the comment section. Let's get interactive right here on the show. As part of the issues we'll be looking at this morning has to do with the suspension of the 0.75% fee charge that MTN Mobile Money has brought up. That is supposed to take effect on 1st June, but it has been suspended by the Bank of Ghana. Others are saying that, is this an introduction of e-levy, or what is it? Ms. Ake?
His party has suspended it.
But I want to ask,
no, but
in your opinion, we've spoken about this issue, I think, for these days now. So we are just going to be very brief on it because we have, I think, just 10 minutes.
I don't know why they've suspended it
to leave here. But are they not the regulators or?
So it is his government of the day, so he should be able to explain to us why they feel that now they will have to.
But minority is saying that your people are saying that it is e-levy.
What is e-levy? What is the meaning of e-levy?
Electronic tax.
Is it not electronic tax?
But is it incurred by the government or by a corporate body?
Is it not a tax that you are going to take, a levy you are going to take electronically?
But is it from the government?
I'm coming. My point is very simple. You see, NDC and its followers, every time I have a problem with them, I said I didn't. When we say e-levy, what is e-levy? E-levy is not what President Akufo-Addo introduced. E-levy is a word, electronic levy. So once MTN has sent me a message on my phone telling me that from 1st June they will take 0.75 when I take money from my Momo to my bank or my bank to my Momo, then it is called electronic levy.
So why are we going after the government?
Why should I not go after the government? Because anytime there is anything called levy, the first people we expect to communicate to us is the government. We should not receive message from our telcos. We expect that we should be notified, and you cannot bring somebody this short notice today and tell me that on Monday you are going to deduct me this. I was expecting that maybe Bank of Ghana should inform us that with a meeting with MTN or all the telcos, we have come to a conclusion that henceforth, when you deduct money from when you push money from your bank to your Momo, they should deduct you 0.7.
From
Momo to your bank, they should deduct you 0.75. It is fair on our part, but we are just sitting down there, then we receive a message from MTN that they want to, without any explanation from either the Ministry of Communication, from the Bank of Ghana, from the Finance Ministry. We know that it is going to MTN or whatever, but what we are saying is that shouldn't they respect us more and then give us that credence because we are using that network, and then explain to us, my sister, you send a message explaining that, we've had a meeting with MTN and they've explained to us the reason. You cannot get up and then just deduct anybody.
So why shouldn't we be going after MTN right now?
Why shouldn't we be going? We should be going after these people because they are the government.
Who are these people?
I'm telling you that MTN cannot get up and tell you they are deducting money without consulting Bank of Ghana or Ministry of Communication. Do you believe that? My brother, do you believe that? Do you believe that no network can get up and say they are taking a levy?
But if they are increasing their data, the price of their data, do they consult the government before?
They have to.
Oh God.
They have to.
Oh God.
MTN cannot get. No, we are not just living in any isolation. No. So anybody can get up and then just do whatever they want. Before any telco can do anything, they consult. They are. Are you telling me that Bank of Ghana is not aware of this 0.75 before MTN brought it?
All right, let's
be serious as a country. Let's not do this to us.
Who should we be going after? Is this a direct tax from MTN or is from?
I'm surprised. These people that fought everyone in this country to pass e-levy, sitting down to tell us, who did you consult before you brought e-levy into it? You went around big town hall meetings.
Oh my brother.
Please wait. Why? Before NPP came to government, did you hear anything about e-levy in this country? Did you hear e-levy anywhere in this country before NPP came into power? So if we are ascribing e-levy to you, we are right to ascribe e-levy to you.
So then we also ascribe 0.75 e-levy to you.
And I'm telling you that, you see,
so you want it to be on
it? If not because of propaganda, we just wake up. Then you people want to use e-levy. Agree. You see, he tried to gaslight you, to ask you that what does e-levy mean? We all know that the e-levy that you implemented is not what is happening now. But why are we even having a conversation about even describing what MTN is doing as a private company on its own as e-levy? It is because you people sat down, got up, and decided to just put e-levy on what MTN is doing.
Stop
Stop what you are doing. Yes, that's what you are.
Stop what
that's
you
what
are
you have
doing.
to
Didn't you go to parliament?
You know why? I'm telling you that right now, as you speak, right, the Bank of Ghana has asked them to halt it at the moment for them to have a discussion. So for them, it tells you that there was no consultation.
My goodness, my brother.
There was no consultation.
And
e-levy because e-levy.
What is the meaning of e-levy?
I must say, they themselves, this thing has been happening. This thing, a transfer of Momo wallet, what do you call it, Momo wallet to your bank. You understand? Until they have done it free. This time around, they said they are going to take it and cap it at 5 cities on their own. Do you understand the point I'm making? From Momo to your bank, that is their decision that they have made.
No, you can't tell me that.
As a private
now you tell me that. Now you are not telling me that. Oh, it should have been communicated by GAM. What do you mean? Now your business are over increasing prices. Do you communicate to government?
How can a network telco sit down and then decide something that will burden Ghanaians and then not consult the ministry? Are you serious?
One at a time.
Please wait.
One at a time.
Do you remember the DSTV issue? When Sam George was going around educating Ghanaians on how the DSTV reduction was going to happen, they said he was PRO for DSTV. Didn't you say that? And then more percent government mom and what do you call it? A teleco's decision and mama. Government should come and communicate teleco's decision to you.
Let me tell you that.
What are you telling me? Because that's what you are saying. Because he said that when Sam George was going around discussing the DSTV, engaging Ghanaians, educating them. Who say a PRO for this thing? Like next time around, MTN for you, Mojuma. What say you should have come to communicate to you.
But when he wanted to reduce data, he was all over the whole country telling us that he has told MTN to reduce data.
So he has accepted criticism. MTN now said them uncommunicated will be a decision man. Or be communicating the decision. You understand? And I agree with you. We can't just wake up and someone will just impose a levy in whatever form.
Yeah.
Without even proper communication or even telling us the reason for that. Because when I looked at the message, there's no reason for saying that, oh, I want to increase it. It is their decision. And it is their policy.
And we do not live in a banana republic where you can get up and do whatever you want to do.
I agree with you, propaganda no more. It should be, like I said, be
I'm not saying you.
It's not be at fault. By not communicating. And I'm telling you that. So being in the business enterprise.
Sam George decided not to communicate because he knows the backlash
that I'm not criticizing. You see why I like my party? You see why I like my leadership? I'm criticizing. I know Jai. And no one says
so lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
What is the lesson learned?
A listening leadership.
What is lesson learned?
But
what is lesson learned?
Yes, by listening leadership.
What lesson has he learned?
But you said he was communicating for a private company. DST. And I said, on Nebium. And I'm a boy. On Nebium, into the one, you don't communicate with your person.
My sister, anything that will put burden on the Ghanaian people.
We cannot sit down. Burden. People will sit down. Betting levy. How many people did this consult in this levy? Betting levy. How many people? No, you cannot. You don't have the moral right to come and criticize someone when your hands are not clean. Do you understand? If we need to discuss the merit of it, is it even worth bringing this levy? Of what impact of what call it suffering is it going to bring on the ordinary Ghanaian, and what benefit is it going to the teleco? We can sit down and judge about this issue. We can discuss the native.
We should sit down after they have sent us a message.
They have sent us a message and they have been halted. Why? It has been halted.
Let's be honest. I am telling you. I am telling you.
No, but it has been halted.
MTN and the government of the day nicodemously dressed a levy, which is e-levy, electronic levy. Dressed it and I am coming, and then MTN sent us a message that from 1st June they will be deducting at 0.75%. Then you sit here.
If state the conditions, but
why should it be only MTN and not
other telecos? Tell me.
What I am telling you is that for that it is with them. What I am telling you is
that would be unfair.
But that also it is with them. I'm telling
you that no telco can get up and do anything on their own. Even if you want to increase data price, you just cannot get up any day and just tell us.
Why can't they get up? Or a private entity.
Just look at that.
You are private. The same way you are sitting down here to tell us that people cannot regulate your internal affairs even as a political party. As a political party,
why do you think Sam George also has the opportunity to go and tell them to reduce their prices?
No.
They are also a private institution.
Thank you. So at the end of the day, Nippon on the buy and DSTV the prices buy. And I'm a increase, and he as a stakeholder.
You are just contradicting.
No, I'm saying that
you are saying that the private man who owns MTN can just get up any day and decide to bring any levy.
Yeah, he has brought his listen.
But your government can get up and go and tell that private man to reduce data price.
No, we said
contradicting.
We are saying that we can go and sit down and judge.
So what I'm saying is that
stakeholder. And you want to tell us that you are telling us they cannot do it without governments. You can inform me. But it's not as if.
Why has Bank of Ghana halted it then?
Oh no, Bank of Ghana has asked them to hold it, so they'll come to the table.
They are private institutions.
In the trust, there was not even.
They are private institutions. I'm coming. They are private institutions.
Yes.
They can do anything on their own. Why has Bank of Ghana halted it?
So at the end of the day, your assertion that
why has Bank of Ghana halted
your assertion that
they are regulators.
Or say, Baby, by your assertion that
but
the government.
You think that when they want to increase
but you said government is in bed with them. But you said government is in bed with them. No,
they should not consult their regulators.
But you said that government is in bed with. In one like, you know, my cotton I say, and they are dressing living in the Aba. In one breath, you have been told clearly, evidence-based say. Government is not even aware because Bank of Ghana has asked them they should wait and they'll meaning said there was no consultation. So if in one breath you sit down to tell me say oh there was consultation and in another breath a government institution is telling you that there was no consultation. So your assertion that what do you call it we were in bed with them has fallen flat because we are not consulted. Amaya didn't without us and now we are going to sit down to Georgia and see how it's going to go about it. You understand? So it should not be fair to blame the government and say that government is aware. Meanwhile, the evidence is clear. Government is not aware.
They are aware.
Government is not aware. Bank of Ghana has asked them to hold us. If government is aware, if government is aware, why would we even come out to say they should halt it? We would have just come and some of the consequences because you are ready for propaganda. You, the MPP, are ready to use something to go to town. We have not given you a message for so long. And so for that matter, why would you even sit down and get up and you label this tax as e-levy?
It is electronic levy.
We see.
And then
so we have a comment. The Bank of Ghana is a regulator of the sector, just like FDA. When you go to the market and buy certain foods and drugs that are harmful to consumers, the Bank of Ghana's interest here is to protect consumers and customers that uses the Momo platform from being exploited by these telcos. They only did their job, and that cannot be the interference.
So Bank of Ghana, on behalf of government, is not even aware of the issue until let's agree on this table.
What is your argument?
I don't know. You can't just say nipa na regulator. And I don't know on your way. Into what say your hastiness to just always want to hang something on government without.
Who did that more than you?
Who did that more than you? Your actions told us.
So Bank of Ghana. So Bank of Ghana has halted it. So I believe
Bank of Ghana has asked them to halt it.
Yes,
let's put it in proper perspective.
Yeah. So Bank of Ghana has asked them to halt it.
We are being authoritative. We are being whatever.
And the only reason MTN gave to this was to run their services smoothly and provide a good service. That was the only reason they gave as to why they are.
But you see, they are not right. They are not right.
I think that is not enough.
Their own is not there because no matter what, like my brother said, you need to consult the government. The government, because I don't know. You see, these private businesses, they are part of our problem.
Yeah.
You understand? We appreciate the efforts. We appreciate everything they are doing. They get so much profit, though they pay their taxes anyway. But the government in power continue to suffer some of the actions and inactions of them. And the thing they do. Because I don't know, when we reach 2028, like my brother, he was just ready to wear the smoke of e-levy. And come to tell us that e-levy is back. We will not celebrate any levy with a cake.
Right.
It is there. We will not celebrate any IMF, whatever. Wait, what do you call it? We can't get party.
Right. Thank you so much, Brima. Thank you so much, Mr. Eno. Thank you so much for joining us on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. It's been a very interesting conversation right here on the show. Greet somebody.
Please. I would like to send my regards to the incoming Deputy National Communications Officer, Erua Adams Karim. He has been very, very supportive to my campaign. When I was contesting for the NASPA Vice President Bintro, he really came in to support me. I'm very, very grateful to him. So I am praying that the delegates, all levels, to please come out in their numbers and vote for Erua Adams Karim for Deputy National Communications Officer. And also sending my regards to the Honorable Minister for Labour, Jobs and Employment, Honorable Richard Pilpo. The MP for Upper West. From One Central as well, and also our Minister for Youth and Empowerment, George Opariado.
That man
has been doing his best. And also Lawyer Eric AJ, CEO of NEP, Ejumawura program has
so
come. Please, the link has come. So please,
they are not giving us
allow
work.
him. Allow him.
Oh, what?
Allow him.
People are not trying.
Allow him to give us.
Who is not getting work?
Your grassroots are crying.
Which grassroots?
Do you have anybody to greet?
Now, when did you need power? I don't understand. When did you need power? Free power. I do 2 years. You've left power. It's not more than 2 years.
They are recovering. They are recovering. Allow them. Allow.
You people will blame you. When they have quite IMF, they don't free
Let me greet my senior man. Kwesimen said that he will be vying for Okankwe South. Yes, youth organizer, a very solid guy, and I hope that he wins. The people vote for him. Let me greet Samuel Chumesi. Yes, I call him lawyer. He's also vying for youth organizer in the Suhum constituency, NPP. I hope and believe that he wins. My brother Amano, I mentioned his name earlier. He is vying for assistant secretary in Shayo Sudoku. I also pray that the people give them power. These are fantastic young guys who are vying for positions in my party, showing you that for us we give opportunity to the youth. And let me tell you something. 2020, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will win power. So if my brother wants to change his decision,
it's not too late.
It will help him. And let me greet my boss, Commander Chris Lloyd. Yes.
Unfortunately, add 12 years to your age.
He's a very good man.
Because
and greet everybody.
Add 12 years to your age. Add 12 years to your age. That's the number of years I'm going to be in your position.
All right, gentlemen.
Because Bawumia will lose whoever will bring 2028.
Are you sure?
I'm sure
you
will beat him hands down, flat. No negotiation. No negotiation. No negotiation.
They said they don't need to even campaign again.
Who? These people? They don't need to campaign. Whoa! These will not.
We will not campaign 2028.
That's what you're saying.
Oh, Sam George, Akando, and the likes. They will help us campaign.
Oh.
Are you not aware? Are you not aware?
All right. It's been interesting. It's been interesting right here on the morning show. Thank you so much for joining us, gentlemen. We had a very fun time here. But before we leave, I have a birthday wish. And this is from Regina Bless to Auntie Irama. Happy birthday to my sweet and wonderful auntie. You are such a blessing to everyone around you, and your kindness, love, and warm heart make life so beautiful. Thank you for always being caring, supportive, and amazing in every way. On this special day, I pray that happiness, good health, peace, and endless blessings fill your life. May all your heart's desires come true, and may you continue to shine brightly. Enjoy your day to the fullest, sweet Auntie Irama. You deserve all the love and joy today and always. Happy birthday to you once again, Auntie Irama. We also have one here to Director Bless from Regina Bless again. Happy birthday to an exceptional media president. Today I celebrate not only your special day, but also your remarkable leadership, vision, and dedication to excellence in the media space. Your hard work, passion, and commitment continue to inspire many and make a lasting impact. May this new year bring you greater success, good health, happiness, and countless blessings. Wishing you many more years of achievement and fulfillment. Happy birthday to all celebrants. Have a good day. Thank you so much for joining us on the morning show. We had such an incredible time here. Do well not to miss it tomorrow. Do have a lovely day.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach